good evening, and welcome to our third stream of Mario Galaxy here on the Overanalyst channel. It's been 2 days, so might be just a little rusty, but I hope you're all doing very well as we find you this evening. Oh, and I can't believe we missed this at the tail end of the stream last time, but I do want to get it on record. Yaku followed. Thank you so much to them for dropping that follow probably just after or toward the end of the stream. Otherwise I would have caught it. I do have a Streamlabs alert bar set up, so I will see any follows or raids or things like that that crop up during the course of the stream, and I'll be sure to shout them out accordingly. Anyhow, if you recall, last time we cleared 2 domes, the Fountain Dome and the, I believe it was the Kitchen Dome, and we have progressed onward into the 4th out of the game's 5 mandatory domes, the Bedroom, which looks absolutely lavish, doesn't it? This means we are now past the halfway point, and interestingly, this dome has 3 major galaxies, 1 boss galaxy, and only the 1, secondary galaxy, Honeyclimb, which is where we're going to start off. As you can see, it's very, very simple. It's just going to be a slightly more involved B. Mario honeycomb scaling obstacle course. Not super in-depth, but I do appreciate all of these secondary galaxies that attempt to test our various capabilities in non-standard settings. Hey, MC, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good day, and that you've been able to get a bit more rest over the past couple. Evening, Bunny, good to see you. MC says moderator reporting for duty, right on. Good to see you guys. So, I forget, this galaxy may or may not have 2 stars. I don't recall if it does. There are a lot of analogous galaxies in the sequel, and most galaxies in the second game have multiple stars, so I may be misremembering. We're just going to go for the standard one for now, making sure to gather as much stuff as we can along the way. Absolutely love that squeaky little sound effect associated with B. Mario moving. MC says sleep has been mostly recovered. Yes, right on, right on. You know, I don't think we've talked about it on this stream. I've brought it up on Seth several times, but MC, I know you're always looking for interesting little experiences on the PC. I recently played through a game called Fallen Angel, which is a short, I cleared it in right around 4 hours. Kind of action-adventure Souls-like, set in a very, very interesting world based heavily on Abrahamic mythology, or legend, I should say. It is remarkably similar in tone and setting to an older game released for the PS3 and Xbox called El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron, based on the apocryphal Book of Enoch, which was set in a variety of, personal realms, each lorded over by an archangel, each of whom had their own extremely distinct environment, henchmen, and visual style. Fallen Angel is a more compact take on that. Every stage is distinct, every boss is distinct, they all have distinct minions and personalities. It's really cool. And you can get it quite cheap, so if you're looking for something kind of light to, in between, your much bigger PC gaming projects, I can't recommend that strongly enough. Bunny says, I've been enjoying my day. It's weekend now, so I have lots more time to play Sunshine and do art, which are my favorite things. Right on. Oh, and you had pizza tonight. That is, very, very good to hear. I'm quite a fan, although I don't have pizza all that often, actually. Most of the time, if I get takeout, I go for, Mexican or Thai. There are a couple really good Indian restaurants near my home. I just have to remember to actually order out from them more often. Okay, I think there should be one more wall. Yes. we can actually see the entirety of this galaxy represented fairly accurately on the overworld map. Ah, and here we have mandibugs, kind of periodically charging at individual honeycomb tiles. Not gonna be a big threat, but like the falling rocks from the previous wall, they're going to change things up just a little bit. So, why don't we circumvent them entirely? That's right, B. Mario. You don't need half of these platforms. You're better than them. Now, of course, if we run out of juice anywhere up along these walls, we're probably going to die, just no questions asked. Or no doubt about it, I should say. But we happen to make it! Whew. Okay, I don't think there is a secondary star here. Bunny says we have fast food a lot over here, sometimes I get tired of it, and that's why I enjoy when we have home-cooked meals. We've been having a lot recently, and I don't mind a good pizza and Dr. Pepper to end the week. I gotcha. I gotcha. I feel that. I found this pretty solid recipe in one of my cookbooks for, I think, like a stir-fried, black pepper beef that I'm going to try sometime soon. I also, quite coincidentally, found a recipe for, like a quick and easy pizza that I might want to try. MC says, at the moment I'm doing more anime breaks. Anime season is strong this winter. Anime being released on a seasonal basis. That's right. That's right. It's like, are winter and summer the really big anime seasons? I would imagine, especially given that a lot of them are aimed at not children, but like a younger audience, like people in their teens and 20s. That's when more of the demographic would be available to watch. Is there anything here, aside from an even more lavish rendition of the Comet Observatory theme? Oh god, I love this track so much! I have to know who handled the composition for this game. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up really quickly. Mahito Yokota and series stalwart Koji Kondo, one of the most legendary video game composers of all time. Right on. Bunny says we had tortellini soup and meatloaf this week, for instance, and I really enjoyed those. Oh, nice. Very nice, actually. Hey, little red Luma, have you got anything for us? Well, he will, in time. Let's keep this guy's location in mind. MC says because it's also for adults or elderly. I gotcha. Well, I know there's, like, different programs for different demographics, but I just thought, oh, maybe there's a reason a lot of them are released within certain seasons or something like that. Let's tuck into our first major galaxy here. And it is... Yes! Oh, yes. Yes, okay, folks, it's time for one of my favorite stages in the game, if not one of my favorite stages in platforming in general. This is the Gusty Garden Galaxy, and I'm going to remain... Well, I'm going to tell you the theming very quickly. Somewhat similar to the Honey Hive Kingdom, or Honey Hive Galaxy, but with more small, compact, spherical planetoids that we're going to be running around on. This has a very rustic, outdoorsy theme. There's going to be a lot of produce, a lot of immaculately kept topiary and things like that. But this stage is home to quite possibly my favorite singular piece of music in the Mario franchise, certainly the 3D Mario franchise, maybe tied with the Comet Observatory theme and the Lake Lamode theme from Mario Odyssey. So I'm going to be silent for the first maybe 30 to 60 seconds and just have you take a listen. MC says, nah, here it's because COVID delayed everything to this particular season. I got you. Bunny says, we even have some leftover tortellini we didn't cook that soon we're going to boil and have with butter. Oh, nice. You prefer your pasta with butter. Right on. I like a really good pesto, actually. A pesto or, like, a creamy, like, Alfredo sauce. Or a meat sauce. A straight-up tomato sauce is not for me. And this one looks nauseating? Yes. Yes, it is. Or it would be. If, like, certain aspects of this game induce motion sickness, this would be one of the galaxies that do. Bunnies in the Wind. Let's do this. Get ready, you guys. This soundtrack is so good. This stage is so peaceful and pleasant. I adore it. Enjoy! Okay, sorry. I apologize for the silence, but I just really wanted you guys to be able to take in the first measures of this particular track. This is a gorgeous, extremely elegant sounding piece that simultaneously captures both the spirit of adventure and the whimsy that are kind of so integral to a 3D Mario experience masterfully. It is beautiful, and I'm not going to lie, this is about as happy as video game soundtracks can make me. The folks over at ocremix.com have been able to do some phenomenal things with this score. There is a beautiful, like, light jazz, I don't even want to say jazz, but like, tranquil, more measured interpolation of this track, and I want to say the Kong Island theme from Donkey Kong 64 someone produced. You can find it on YouTube. It's like 7.5 minutes long. It's wonderful. Bunny says, I've heard this music before. Yes, featured kind of heavily in promo material. And yes, that's right, you can listen to the soundtracks on YouTube or in the menu of the 3D All-Stars package, so... This, along with the Good Egg Galaxy theme, are I believe the game's two most recognizable tracks. Comet Observatory is probably a close third. And yes, this is Floaty Fluff, a special plant that we can use to gain little boosts of altitude and fly from planet to planet. And, well, I'll show you. We can spin to shake off a certain amount of its petals and gain just a little bit of altitude. We can do this up to 3 times. MC says, this is what you call a theme. A well-executed musical theme will be known, like Lavos from Chrono Trigger. Hell yeah, exactly. This is exceptional stuff.
You're gonna die in 7 days.
Hello, Seth.
Hey.
How are you today?
Yeah, I had a pretty chill day. I also had one of my, I had a training with my trainer, so
right on.
It was pretty exhausting.
Are you kind of building up some endurance to the exercises you're being put through?
Oh yeah, he had actually said today that he noticed that I have like more stamina, and we can do a bit more than we used to, so considering it's been only a week and a half, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Seth, you failed to scare me this time. I'm gonna get you, Bunny. I'm gonna get you next time.
Just burn a copy of Sunshine on stream or threaten to, and that'll do it.
Yeah, with like a mad smile, like. Yeah, that's gonna traumatize everyone.
Bunny says, I can't wait to play Galaxy 2, as I'm sure it's just as good while it's still being playable. That's gonna be super exciting for me. I actually prefer Galaxy 2 to this. I think it's even better.
Yeah?
And that is high praise, because this is probably one of my favorite platformers of all time.
I never actually played Galaxy 2.
It's such a shame we didn't get a port.
Yeah.
MC says, what is fear and when can I make money out of it? Well, you see, what you gotta do is start up a really reactionary conservative news network, or like just appear on one, and then run for the presidency or the prime ministership based entirely on a platform of hatred.
Speaking of which,
yes?
What's up with Trump, honestly?
He's been impeached for the second time again. And, right.
Doesn't he need, like, well, don't people need, like, 2/3 of the Senate to, like, agree on that kind of thing? Yeah.
Yes, the way it works is the House drafts articles of impeachment, like, formally writes up charges, and then votes on them to indict him, like you would anybody in a criminal trial, right? And so he has been indicted on the charge of inciting insurrection. In other words, treason.
Okay, one question. Why don't you guys just skip all of that and just put him in jail? He was openly, like... what he does was basically a terrorist attack on his own government.
That is correct, but it doesn't work that way. I believe a sitting president, under, like, several very vaguely defined legal precedents, cannot be convicted of a crime, like a criminal case.
Oh, Jesus.
So they would have to be removed from office first, and given the political fallout and the number of his rabid followers present in the country, it's probably not going to go to a criminal trial. But if he's convicted in the Senate, which is likelier than not at this point, maybe, he will be barred from ever holding high office again, and will not be able to receive certain perks that presidents emeritus typically do, like a pension and things like that.
Yeah, can he actually not get the perk of being a free man?
Unfortunately, probably not. And
your guys' politics is really fucked up.
Oh yeah, it has been for a while. And just for reference, Bunny, since you're kind of new to the community, I have a degree in political science and I'm going for a degree in history. So this is, I know it's a sensitive subject for a lot of people, but this is my job.
I mean, I understand the thing about political immunity, but for example, in Croatia, so we had a really, really shitty prime minister that was openly corrupt and openly did shitty things. Kind of like Trump, you know, basically he's not even hiding stuff that he's doing.
Proud of it.
And I mean, okay, yeah, basically. And until, you know, he was in the office, everything was, I mean, you can't do much. But as soon as he didn't get the next election, you know, for prime minister, he was immediately taken by the by the police, and he's been in prison ever since.
Well, what that requires, though, however, is for most... What? Oh god, I think I just flung myself off the planet. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
You tricked me. But I think over here the problem is so many people, and I say so many, it's like roughly a third of the population believe this hardcore. Genuinely believe that the individual in question has not only done nothing wrong, but that they have been conspired against by a conspiracy which penetrates virtually every level of government and society. Again, this is kind of one of the movements that was heavily influenced by the same type of internet culture that gave us, like, the Gamergate bullshit.
Right.
You know, like, oh god, feminists are somehow infiltrating the games media to somehow make games more representative, and that's a bad thing somehow because my penis or something.
Because my penis.
I don't know. I don't know, and I've never been more proud of not understanding something in my life.
Because my penis.
Oh, sorry, my penis too.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. No, it's okay.
That's what it all boiled down to.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that today I had my my last introduction meeting into my new company, and it was actually introduction to social awareness and social change.
Woo!
And the guy that was holding the thing in front of like 30 people actually saw and heard our podcast.
Seriously?
And yes. Because I posted it in like the channels of my company, so I mean it's only for ThoughtWorks Germany, so that's around a couple of hundred people.
Yeah.
But they are thinking of actually putting it in the newsletter for ThoughtWorks of the entire world, which is gonna have a couple of thousand people in the
Oh.
States, Europe, Australia, Asia, everywhere. I mean, ThoughtWorks is a company that was based in Chicago, actually. So, but anyways, I had that introduction meeting, and he was like, "Oh wait, I recognize your name," like talking to me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like yeah, I've been here for like a week and a half," and he's like, "Oh yeah, you did an awesome podcast. Like, this is going to be a class about like which social issues we would like to, learn more about." And me as a person that's been in like a company for a long time and have dealt with a lot of social topics, like I've never heard about this issue about, women harassment in gaming. So I would like to know more. And basically I was asked to hold a presentation for a couple of hundred people.
That's amazing! Congratulations!
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah,
cool! And to those of you who aren't aware, you can catch the episode of the podcast in question right over here. Also available on Google Podcasts or through iTunes. We release new episodes every week and tackle a variety of serious and silly topics in and around gaming as an industry and as a culture.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we can actually make a difference with the podcast. We just need to, keep pushing.
That's amazing, Steph. I'm so thrilled.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to be a part of this, honestly. Thank you so much for having me, again.
It was like, it's a topic that I really care about, like personally, because as I said in the podcast, you might have noticed that I'm a woman, so it kind of,
Right.
Shocker. But yeah, like I'm really happy that I managed to, like, there were so many people that when I posted the podcast, like in the chat, I said like, if you have any comments or want to talk about it or whatever, like just send me a personal message or send me an email. I got around 10 of them, in the first couple of minutes, and they were all like, "Oh, I've never been into gaming. I don't play video games, and I genuinely did not know that this was an issue." So I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I understand that quite a lot of people are actually not gamers, so they are not affected by it, or they don't know that there is an issue. But you probably have family members or children that are playing, and as I said, like." Quite a lot of harassment is coming from underage boys.
Yes,
so
it is.
So this is like a topic that should be, brought to people's attentions. And they were all like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention." And they all listened. I mean,
That's
I
fantastic.
sent you like
Steph.
a screenshot. Yeah, and I think that we got like 20 people listening to it like in the first couple of hours. So yeah, and it's still going up, so I'm really happy.
That's amazing. MC says real quick, it's called political immunity because otherwise enemies of the political figure can just cause trouble. Right, and the US political system, just for reference, is by design extremely cumbersome. So, like, actually carrying out any function of the central government is far more difficult here than it would be in a lot of other countries with presidential or parliamentary systems, either or. We're getting congratulations from the chat. Thank you so much. Bunny says, I understood 1/10 of the words conveyed, but I'm assuming all this is good. Yes, absolutely. It means we actually have a sizable platform now through which we can campaign for meaningful social change, which is amazing.
So my company in particular, it's called ThoughtWorks, and we are a big IT consulting company. But a big part of our identity is the fight for social change. So whenever you're not assigned for like a client project that's gonna bring money to the company, you're assigned to a pro bono project, which is supposed to help people in any sort of way. So currently one of the projects that we're working on is for medical care in India, so free software that like people can use in India to get information about COVID, where they can get like vaccines and stuff like that, and that's like completely free of charge. So the company is doing that. Yeah. And why we can do that is because we are quite expensive. So we are usually working for companies like Porsche or Daimler, just like big name companies who are giving us a lot of money. So instead of us, putting all of that into our pockets, what we do is we invest into free software for, the well-being of people. And like we are also trying to spread social awareness to everyone. So we are holding conferences, talks, presentations, like both inside the company and outside. So we are really trying to, get people to the next level of being a decent human being.
Get people engaged, right? I love that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I really admire that business model. You were truly working for one of the good guys.
I was so happy to get a job there because also one of the biggest names in social engineering, Martin Fowler, he's one of the employees at the company. And basically my company is like kind of like a name in software engineering because I wouldn't say invented, but we started pushing stuff like agile development, like engineers in the chat are gonna know. Like agile development, refactoring, clean code, stuff like that all came from my company. So we are trying to drive the change. And so far, so good.
And
Actually,
you've got like
people and companies are working with us.
You've got the power and the presence to like not just politely suggest that some things change, but actively like force it to at certain times, which I think is actually very important.
Yes.
Let's see, real quick. MC says, "But why could I be a decent human being when I can be me?"
Exactly, MC. Exactly.
Bunny says, "Feel free to tell me anytime you're on a relatively flat surface in-game, since I do enjoy watching when I can." Yes, ma'am, will do. That will not be at any point during Gusty Garden, because it is, it has a larger concentration of small spherical worlds than almost any other galaxy in the game. By the way, Seth, we have passed the point that you've reached in the game, right?
Yes, we did.
What do you think about this stage? It's honestly probably my favorite. Or one of my
It's
favorites.
cute. It's cute. So far, so good. It's cute.
It's also got amazing music.
Bunny, by the way, this podcast episode that we have been talking about, since you are a member of the fairer sex as well, it's mostly about the harassment of members of non-stereotypical white male group that are being harassed usually in voice chats and online in video games. So we have just been talking about our experiences and about some numbers that we found out. Oh, by the way, MC, did you know that France is the only country in the world that has more female gamers than male gamers?
I was actually really surprised to find that out.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get to collect all the star bits in the world by destroying all of these suckers down here and out on the surface with the power of cocaine, Mario.
Drugs Bunny.
Oh, God. Like, man, if we get a large enough audience to, like, Game Grump style, include some actual animators among our fans, like, full-on professional animators, I would love animations of, like, the Drugs Bunny story. Right, the Drugs Bunny stories, or maybe anytime we bring up Viper.
Oh, yeah. Bunny, we need you to animate Drugs Bunny. Drugs Bunny is gonna be like a mascot for us from now on.
Are you serious?
No.
I was about to say, is this what you want?
No, I don't wanna.
Okay, so as that rabbit told us, we can pound the ground near these burrowing moles to cause them to surface, then spin them once to dispatch them. Pretty easy.
Kill them all.
I do love, though, that even the, like, Deep Space Garden has the problem of moles constantly digging it up.
Yeah, I mean, we all have problems of moles.
Here they're, like, digging up this, question mark. That's a problem. Because reasons, I suppose.
Bunny says,
done,
"Oh, I've never." Oh, yeah. Feel free to read it. I just wanted to be a mod.
Oh no, go right ahead, please.
Okay. Bunny says, "I've never experienced that, but that's horrible. If you don't have thick skin for like insults on not a daily but like bi-daily basis, don't go into online gaming." MC says, "I'm not really aware of gaming demographics." I was really shocked to find out that number. Like, honestly, out of the research that I took, most of the countries have about 50-50 ratio. like France included, but France was the only country that had more female than male.
Did they happen to have figures for China? Because I would have thought if any country probably would have had more women, it would be either France. Well, not France, sorry, like maybe Germany or China, based on what I know.
Yeah, China was not included in any of the research, and I assume that they're not really willing to share their numbers generally. So.
Or they don't gather that kind of data; they just don't.
Oh, that's also true. Well, also there is you know the entire business of gold farming that is quite big in China. So I mean, would you consider those people gamers, or are they just like farmers?
They are like the saddest type of farmer.
They're very sad.
Like, what do you grow? Like an American teenager's ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm honestly surprised South Korea's ratio wasn't more even. As well.
I mean, South Korea is really big on gaming, considering it's actually paying people to practice and go into schools for gaming.
MC says, I do know that anyone expressing anything seen as weakness on the online competitive community will suffer an aggravated version of professional competitive jobs. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Today, Potato and I were playing competitive Overwatch, like we were streaming it, and the first ever match that we played, we had, as a DPS, we had a child. I mean, we heard by the voice it was a child. What he said to Potato, because Potato in the last seconds didn't go on the point but like left, and we lost the game. What he said to Potato while he was leaving is, "I hope you die in a car crash."
Jesus Christ.
And, like, not only us, but also the other members of our team, even the ones who were flaming Potato before, they were like, "The fuck, man? Like, that's a bit too much. Like, that was uncalled for."
Right, and it's one round of one game. Come on, kids.
Yeah. Like, "I hope you die in a car crash." And one guy jokingly said, like, "Come on, it's 2021. Like, the insult is, I hope you get Rona."
Oh, I thought it was going to be something like nobody's driving anymore, but...
that as well.
Let's see, Bunny says the only online game I really play is Smash Brothers, and that's mostly quick play. I stay out of competitive communities because I enjoy playing games for fun rather than competition. Same here. Also, I'm a very anxious person, and I could not do well in a high-stakes competitive setting like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
She says, my motive for speedrunning Sunshine isn't to compete either, it's just to milk Sunshine for all it's worth. And MC says, I've had similar experiences, I have a universal answer. Likewise.
Yeah.
Oh, and MC also shared a link.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Where are the women? Nice, I'm gonna check it out. But yeah, Bunny, like, I would really... Like, if you're not into competitive games in general, just stick to what you like, because at the end of it all, these are toys. This is just, yeah, exactly. It's our free time. It's what we want to have of it. Like, honestly, I don't like from my free time to be insulted on a daily basis, but I'm a really competitive player, so I really enjoy, competing. But I don't know, like lately I haven't heard much stuff like that, but comments like, get back to the kitchen, make me a sandwich, and girls can play video games, I've heard a lot of those in Overwatch. So thankfully lately I've been having actually more people who, if there is a person who's gonna say that, they're gonna have my back.
Sure.
So like things are starting to change slowly, but they are.
As with like the broader society, and that's very heartening to see, I think.
Yeah. Things are starting to change.
But yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with whatever you're doing in this space, as long as you're having fun with the toy you paid money for, that should be all that matters. Like, again, anybody familiar with this channel by now knows I have this burning hatred for Cyberpunk 2077 and the people who oversaw its development. Not the developers, for whom I just weep.
And also, we have a 4 out of 4 managing to put Cyberpunk into our podcast episodes, so there wasn't a single episode where we didn't diss Cyberpunk.
Yes, I'm very proud of that.
Me too.
But, like, all the people out there who had a great time with the game, genuinely loved it, and sunk hours and hours into it, you know, good for them. I'm happy. Like, I don't want anybody to ever feel like they wasted their money.
I mean, honestly, like, I have 98.3 hours in Cyberpunk. Honestly, I feel like it's not a good game, but at this point, I've seen every single nook and cranny that the game has to offer, and I can say, all in all, I think the game is bad. I did, however, enjoy some parts of it.
Yeah, like, there's hints of a much better game somewhere underneath a bunch of crap. Let's see. Bunny says, I'm sticking with Sunshine. I like playing games that make me happy, as you should, and it often helps me cope with depressive thoughts, and I find it makes things a lot easier on me. Right on! That's one of the most powerful effects that gaming can have, I think. Just, improving one's psyche or helping someone to relax. Definitely. MC says, don't forget that children have less restraints, and controlling frustration is something to be learned. Sadly, learning that is a tough work on oneself, so while it's not acceptable and needs to be corrected, it's understandable. Yeah, but the correction is what, like, I think Seth and I are focusing on, because in a lot of communities for the longest time, nobody would do anything seriously to address these issues when they crop up.
So, I started gaming when I was 11. That's about the time when I started online gaming, because before that we just didn't have internet.
Right.
And my brother started gaming a little bit earlier because he's younger than me, so he started when he was around 8.
Right.
I can safely say that I never, ever said anything like that to any of the people I played with.
Same
I'm
here.
pretty sure my brother didn't either, even though he was playing League of Legends, which is well known for being a very toxic game in general. And I know he didn't because we shared a room, we even shared a bed because, you know, we were poor, so we had to share the same bed. But so I'm absolutely sure he didn't say anything like that online. I mean, offline, I don't know with his friend group, but yeah.
Really quickly, we've reached a boss. This is Major Burrows. He works just like the other moles. He's adorable.
Help the bunny!
We just have to wait until he breaches. Ground pound the area right in front of him, pull him out of the dirt, and then spin into him. Nice and easy. Like so.
Yes. But help the bunny.
Of course. But no, Seth, I agree with you entirely. Again, what online games I did play, I tended to frequent when I was kind of in the age demographic we're talking about, right? And I never acted that way towards anyone else either. Nor did any of my friends.
Yeah, but also at that time, I didn't have a community that showed me that being edgy and being rude to people is okay, right? So I was one of the younger players in all of the games that I played, so my role models were people that literally knew how to talk to other people.
Yeah,
but nowadays we have so many younger and younger players, and everyone, like, my niece started playing video games and being able to find videos on YouTube when she was 3.
Right.
So
like, we grew up without so much of the technology that constitutes, you know, the quintessence of a child's environment nowadays.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with you, MC. Like, my aunt as well, just gives a tablet to my cousin because she just doesn't want to deal with her. Because, I don't know, she has something better to do. She needs to do laundry, and my cousin is, you know, a child. She's very active. She needs to talk about everything. So, there you go, a tablet. Entertain yourself. But, yeah, it's still... Aww, little puppy sneeze.
No, but see, a kid in that situation needs a good role model, like Viper.
Yeah, no, you know what? If they all do crack, that's fine. Just don't insult people.
Like, think about this. Viper is a good role model because, A, he demonstrates a remarkable, consistent work ethic. And he demonstrates to children that you can be and do literally anything. Oftentimes without having... Yes, without having an explanation for it. But you're right. I think a problem, too, is we have more people in these quote-unquote hardcore communities who view new players or younger players or, like, players they're not familiar with as liabilities instead of, like, mentees. They're less likely to want to teach people who are new to the community the ins and outs of the game or the community or what have you. Let's see. Bunny says weekends are the best because I get to play Sunshine the moment I get out of bed. Gonna wake up at 6 tomorrow and start. Yikes. Wish I could, get up at 6 anymore.
Yeah.
MC says, I think more people are accessing, and since it's easier, the toxicity is leaking through. Clearly we need to kick companies and technological illiterates out of our technologies. As a proud technological illiterate, I think there's other ways of approaching it, but I think you're right, yeah. And Bunny says, I played video games when I was 3 but didn't go online. I just enjoyed playing New Super Mario Bros. With my dad. Wholesome moments, and I didn't play online games till 2018. I played bright, happy, colorful offline games, and that still goes on to this day. My kind of style, and I think it was ultimately for the better in comparison. I always played, like, kind of more mature, serious, like, I suppose, not exactly grittier, but darker games, but I predominantly prefer single-player, lore-heavy narrative experiences, because I am the narrator.
I like the... yes, you are. I like the single-player games as well, and, I mean, I'm really happy that you had a good role model in video games. I mean, your father. But,
yes.
like, in our community, well, in our country in general, in Croatia, playing video games was considered a very bad thing to do. So
like a form of deviance, almost, right?
Yes, exactly. You are not allowed to play video games. Nobody played video games. Like, if you played video games, your parents would say that you're the worst child they ever had. Your friends would say, oh, it's a nerd, and you would get just bullied. So playing video games, at least until I was, let's say, 15 or 16, so that was around 15 years ago, was considered a really bad thing to do. And my parents, like, genuinely, when I would say something like, oh, I really want the new PlayStation, and I got the new PlayStation, like, when PlayStation 3 was coming out, basically. I got the old gray one when the PlayStation 3 was coming out. And I only got it because I had all A's at school, and I told my parents, like, this is really the thing that I want the most in the world right now. So they actually gave in, but I wasn't allowed to play more than 30 minutes a day.
Oh,
so,
yikes.
You know, yeah. And now I play as much as I want because I'm an adult and I can be responsible as much as I want.
Like, give it a couple years on Twitch, you could reach a point where you play for a living.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, I mean.
Like, I told to my grandma, I think it was like a year ago or so, that I am receiving some money from playing video games online. Like, people are donating. And you know what she said? Oh, so you're a whore online?
What?
And I was like, no, Grandma, I'm playing video games. Like, people are watching me play video games and they give me money. And she's like, yeah, so people are looking at you and give you money, so you're either a beggar or you're a whore.
Jesus, Grandma!
And I was like, Grandma? Can you bake me cookies? I'm scared.
I can't imagine my grandmother saying anything like that to, well, anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, MC says, back in the day, someone I only met online bought me Diablo 2 just to play with me. I know he was 20 plus, but a genuinely nice person. Alright.
That's nice.
Yeah. And Bunny says...
I had a person like this. Like that.
Yeah, really?
But I was 13 and he was 42, and I'm pretty sure he was a pedophile. I mean, now in retrospect, I'm pretty sure he was a pedophile. I mean, he showed me once his Prince Albert, so yeah, he's definitely a pedophile.
What?
I like how I'm shocking Brady with every sentence that I say.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
I come from apparently a far more innocent place.
You know what's like the weirdest thing was he was from Sweden. I mean, he is from Sweden. I think he's still alive as far as I know. And he was 42 and he was a teacher.
Oh God!
Yeah, grade school teacher. Grade school, Jesus. How do you say the elementary school?
Yes.
What we have from 1st till 8th grade or something?
So primary school.
Yeah, primary school, exactly.
Over here, through 8th grade, it would be divided between elementary and middle school.
Yeah,
let's see, NC says, internet was the best early 2000s, and, I mean, Twitch is a form of soul selling to some. Internet was best late 90s, early 2000s, according to Justin Wang's wonderful little documentaries, so, I suppose so. Bunny says, I never liked darker games, like games with an overall dark tone. But what I do love is happy, colorful games that end up getting darker as times go on. I think, well, Seth, you know the kind of...
Zelda?
Sure. Yeah, that, some of the Pokemon titles, I'm sure. I get what she's going for.
Like, Bunny, if you haven't played Legend of Zelda yet, I highly recommend them, especially games like Wind Waker, for example. They're absolutely adorable, but they do have like a bit of a darker undertone as you go later in the game. Also some very old school ones like Link to the Past. But I think that you would really get into it if you haven't played it yet.
Breath of the Wild's absolutely fantastic, of course. Okay, hold on.
Echo the Dolphin, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I know there's an invincibility star, I think, somewhere around here that we can use to destroy the Golden Chomp, but I'm having a hell of a time remembering where it is. We may need to grab it from an earlier planet. Hold up. If we can't find it, we'll just carry on to the regular Power Star. Anything here? No? Come on, Mario. Seth, you drawing up some recommendations?
Definitely, because I feel that Bunny would really enjoy Legend of Zelda games.
Yeah,
because
I think
they
so
are
too.
innocent. Like, 90% of the time they're innocent, but they do have a little bit of a deeper meaning, and I'm sure that you would...
I mean, I know we're talking about lighter, happier games, but
Yeah.
God almighty, like, Twilight Princess is so good.
Yeah, like, Twilight Princess is very good, but I would
Yes.
wait a little bit until
Of
I
course.
play Twilight Princess. Like, definitely not an entry title.
It's probably the second darkest mainline entry,
Oh, definitely, yes.
next to Majora's Mask, which is everybody's favorite.
Yeah, so since you have Wii U, I think that Wind Waker was ported on Wii U.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
I believe.
was it? Yeah, if Wind Waker, you can find Wind Waker on the Wii U, definitely play that one.
Or on the Wii. Yeah, I think it may have been ported to the Wii. Or both.
Right.
One or the other.
Yeah, from GameCube to the Wii. You're right. It's not on Wii U. For the Switch, you have Breath of the Wilds, but that might be a little bit overwhelming for the start. It's definitely not an entry title to the Zelda series.
It's a very complex game, and I love it every second of it.
Yeah. It's beautiful, but definitely not the first one that you should
No.
play. But there was a release for the Switch, which you should play as well. Link's Awakening.
Yeah,
It came
the remake.
Exactly, it came out a year ago. It's a remake of the old Game Boy title, if I remember correctly.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's absolutely beautiful.
It's adorable looking. I've seen like a
yeah.
little bit of gameplay.
I played it completely. I think I got 100% in it, and
Oh, wow.
it's not the most brilliant game you've ever played, but it's beautiful.
It does the job.
Yeah. I have the collector's edition, so. Link's Awakening, I own that. I just never got around to play it. Well, now you know what to do, Bunny. I am actually quite excited for you to play it because I know you're gonna love it, and I can already see you like drawing a shit ton of Link's Awakening
yes.
artwork.
God, the character models are so cute.
Oh,
in the remake.
they're adorable. Like, there's some talking animals, there's adorable like enemies. Absolutely.
You will, of course, have to share your findings and any artwork,
Yes.
Bunny, with both our server and the Cuddle Queens.
We are absolutely gonna observe you in non-stalky way, all of your progress. Hold up, talking animals? Yes, there is talking animals. There is a village of talking animals.
MC says, makes me think about Legacy of Kain some more. I do need to get around to playing those, man. I'm quite excited to.
I never played those. Are they good?
I have heard great things, and MC absolutely swears by them. Damn it. Okay. So you can only run up certain surfaces of those columns. Gotcha.
For which console?
PC.
Oh, okay.
They're like old school
interesting.
PC games. Bunny says you acting like it's Sunshine too. I mean, let's be honest. Seth, I really like Sunshine. I grew up with it. It is not my be-all, end-all for Nintendo properties or Mario games, however.
For me, it is not only because they did not remake it, they just ported it.
Well,
If they went with a proper remake of Mario Sunshine, I think it would be a great game.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, but like, looking at the stage design for something like Galaxy, it feels less original because it is in terms of overall environment design, but mechanically, this is all done really well. That said, I'd say the two are kind of even in my mind, by and large, when it comes to overall design. But Mario Odyssey just curb stomps everything else.
Right. Oh, by the way, Bunny, just one side note. Link's Awakening is not really part of the canon. Like, kinda is, kinda is not, but it's more of a spin-off game. But it's gonna really show you how the older Zelda games were functioning. So
Yes.
the dungeon, the exploration and stuff.
It has a play
yeah.
style nearly identical to the first game, Link to the Past, and the Oracle of Ages and Seasons titles.
I'm playing the game starting now. Okay, has the game loaded? Do you see bleep bleep bleep? You need to tell us every screen that you see now, okay? No pressure.
MC says the gameplay is average, but the story's top tier, talking about Legacy of Kain. The main issue with Legacy is getting the first one. Blood Omen has had publisher and development issues and isn't sold anymore, but acquirable. And the PC version of it is better. The other games are on PC and platforms. Oh, okay. I did not know they received platform releases. That's cool.
But didn't they also mention recently that either a remake or a new one is gonna come for
Oh, I don't know.
the newer consoles? I think that I heard something about Legacy of Kain recently.
I'm like the least informed amateur gaming journalist ever, so...
Bunny says, I can only do that with Sunshine, bro. Bro, just wait until the game hits you. I promise you, you're gonna like it. You're acting like I should be recording a video or something. Well, you should. I'm not gonna force you, though. Legacy of Kain Dark Sun, yes.
Here we go. There's that star.
That was cancelled. No.
Oh man, the fans
What?
said no.
What?
Friggin' PC fan bases, like.
That's why we can't have nice stuff.
But Seth, correct me if I'm wrong. It is only like hardcore audiences for old school PC franchises that instead of being trepidatious, maybe when projects like this are announced, are like, hell no, we don't want new material.
Yeah, but it's like, what the fuck do you care? If you don't like it, don't play it.
Oh, no.
Just let it be released. Let people have their jobs.
Let's see.
They said no because the story was trash. Eh.
NC says themes of destiny, free will, morality, redemption, and the hero's journey recur in the storyline, which was inspired by ancient literature, horror fiction, Shakespeare's plays, and Gnosticism. Oh. Now, Daredevil Comet, hold up.
Wait, what?
We've got a comet mission. Do we have comet missions over in the kitchen?
Daredevil Comet in orbit.
Yeah, it means we've got to take down Major Boros without taking a hit.
Go!
Bunny says all these characters are adorable looking. Mm-hmm. It's actually a really smart way of translating, like, the squat, stocky little sprites from the Game Boy for, a modern console. Like, just giving them this ridiculous chibi, almost claymation look.
Bunny says there's a Yoshi egg on top of Corona Mountain up there. Yes, it's called Corona Mountain. And that's really unfortunate. And yes, it's a Yoshi egg. The story never ended, but to understand the fan base on Dark Sun, you need to play the games. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, I never played them, so... But then again, also, a big portion of the fan base hated Dark Souls 2, and Brady loved it, so, you know.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Dark Souls 2 actually originally had a far more complex story and concept. The original intent was to, like, have this time travel mechanic be integral to the game, both gameplay and narrative. Hold on. Come on, Major. There you go. Now he's gonna come steaming at us again.
Bunny, no, it's not called Corona Mountain. I was just joking with you.
And it's the windfish egg, I believe.
It's the windfish egg, yes, exactly.
Love me some windfish.
But yeah, it is water and beach, and it's basically, that's, like, it has a similar style to Sunshine, like, design-wise, so that's why I thought that you would like it as well.
MC says it's really good, but there's no last game. Kind of like the State of the Sly Cooper franchise. We need another one. Come on, Sony.
Come on, Sony.
Fund one more and actually market this one. I promise you won't be disappointed. But no, apparently in Dark Souls 2 you were supposed to be able to use some kind of magic pendulum to travel between, like, the past and present of Drangleic at different points. And a lot of the material, like the character models and monsters and all that, had different lore or different justification. The areas, too, based on the time travel mechanic. That's why there's one particularly infamous transition between areas present in the second game that looks like it makes no, like, logical or geographical sense. It totally does make sense in lore, though, as we explained in our Dark Souls 2 playthrough series. But originally it would have been completely justified, like, with a detailed explanation in the original build. Oh, MC says, oh wait, there's a remake of Legacy of Kain. Oh. Bunny says, Koholint Island, huh, that's curious. Isle Delfino translates to Dolphin Island. Imagine if Koholint refers to a dolphin in some way. I am all but certain it does not. Or no, the remake is being made. I gotcha.
Basically, Koholint Island, as far as I know, refers to the big fish. But that's it.
Alright, let's actually smash open that golden chomp now to get a power star that's gotten sealed inside somehow. Let's bust open the gotcha chomp.
Gotcha chomp.
But first, let's get some money. Oh, Seth, if we obviously need to fill a little bit more time by ragging on Cyberpunk, I was watching, I think it might have been the Honest video game trailer for it earlier today. And it's not a series I follow regularly, but I just had to see what they had to say. They, like, tore the game apart, in signature cynical style. I believe at one point the narrator says, you know, in the standard, like, cinematic, trailer narrator tone, at the very least, the game perfectly captures the feeling of a futuristic dystopia. Not cool, not fun, and everything's broken.
Basically. Oh, Bunny's excited about the game. Look at her.
Right on.
Talk to the fox. Oh my god, can you pet it? And we lost Bunny.
Okay.
See when I finish it, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
I found a chain jump, yes. If I remember correctly, there is also a Yoshi somewhere in the game.
No, chain chomps featured in quite a few Zelda titles at the time.
It was, yeah, exactly. It was, but it was featured also in the original one, so that is intentional.
Yes. Oh, there's our star. Come on. Come on, Cocaine Comet, give us power.
By the power of Viper. God damn it, Poppy.
Speed Man.
Na 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 na, Speed Man.
There we go. Bunny asks if this is a Zelda game or a Mario game. Well, back in the 90s, Zelda enemies would very occasionally feature in Mario titles and vice versa. It was more common to see, like, more prominent Mario enemies in Zelda games, but...
Yeah.
Has that happened recently, Seth? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that at some point, like, Zelda and Mario games completely diverged. I mean, they are different, so... yeah. I don't know.
Were Chain Chomps in Minish Cap?
Oh, it was a long time since I played Minish Cap, but I don't remember seeing them.
Okay.
I think there was a boss that kind of looked like a Chain Chomp.
Like the dragon with the multi-segmented neck?
Yeah, yes.
God, that game was so good.
That was one of my favorite games, and, like, until this day, it's considered one of the it's not a really popular Zelda game.
Yeah, because it had really intricate mechanics, didn't it?
Yes, it was different, and people don't like different.
No, they do not. Dark Souls 2. MC says, so the remake wants to use Souls-like gameplay on the Legacy of Kain series, which is ultimately a puzzle platformer. I mean, if it gets pulled off well, I'm willing to entertain that.
Yeah.
Bunny says getting flashbacks to when I had to drag a chain chomp by the chain into a hot spring. Part of the nigh infinite Pianta Village filler. Now, I forgot entirely to go around to this, but there is an optional star we need to gather in the Ghostly Galaxy. Oh, right, it's in the spooky sprint stage. MC says, yeah, as long as they respect the story, they won't be torn apart by the fan base. That's fair. MC says niche game fans are all hardcore. I suppose so. That comes with being, like, a fan base for a property that's not received a lot of love or attention for a protracted period of time. Oh, that's right, we need to break this stupid thing.
Brady, I just received an email from Twitch, like, giving me, like, a 2020 wrap-up of my activity on Twitch. So not, like, as a streamer, but as a watcher.
Yes, ma'am.
And it says my first top watch channel is, well, myself. I guess they're counting also when I'm streaming. But the second one is you.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So lovely. Thank you, Seth. Seriously, again, once more for the road. Thank you for all you've done for me throughout the year, giving me a home and a place wherein I can be useful on this platform to a broader community. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you.
It's all good.
Oh, right, I remember this. This, stage is constantly making and unmaking itself. We have to follow these paths as they appear. This
Bunny said,
gimmick...
I definitely like... Oh, yeah,
Oh, no,
on.
go ahead, go ahead.
Bunny says, I definitely like how this game is set on an island, getting some vibes of Isle Delfino for sure. Yep, you're gonna get a little bit of those vibes. And MC says, niche game fans are all hardcore.
Yeah.
Yes. And usually quite toxic towards non-super hardcore fans.
Or just
which
newer
makes
fans.
me very sad. Yeah.
So, this little mechanic with the appearing and disappearing platform suspended in an ethereal green void would be reused in Mario Galaxy 2 for an entire stage, the unfortunately named Matter Splatter Galaxy. No, 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 no. Alright, Mario, come on, let's cheese it. Hup. Nothing in here. There we go. Now I think we're going to have to start moving vertically, right? Yeah, this is such a cool little gimmick. One thing the Mario series has consistently gotten better and better at is designing really intricate ghost house stages. Okay, so we want the one up first, just as a point of pride, since we've already got 99 lives. Mario doesn't need the extra lives, he just needs to make sure nobody else can get them.
Right.
He's gotta make sure that Sonic stays down. Bunny says starting to post some images and photography and stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I am just looking at them. Bunny is enjoying the starting, the starting area of Link's Awakening.
Wonderful.
Found the sword.
MC says, actually, the Legacy of Kain community is quite open to new folks, as far as I've seen, and agree that the games have issues, and that the story writer did a masterful job. Discussion about meaning of the story and theories is fairly, open. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, okay, that's really surprising.
And very good to see, I think.
Yeah.
Have we gotten a new letter from Luigi? His ass should need saving right about now. Maybe we have to talk to him?
Have you tried Baldur's Gate 3?
I have not.
Like, I've been looking at the game in my Steam library, not in the Steam library, in my Steam wishlist for such a long time. Because I really want to play it, but it's still in early access, and it's 60 euros.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not gonna pay 60 euros for an early access game.
There's just... Oh, right, Luigi's now been trapped by the top man at the Battle Rock for some reason.
God damn it, Luigi, where is your vacuum?
The concept of a Baldur's Gate game being released in early access gives me pause. Like, I hope the end product is great, I'm quite confident it will be, but something about that just strikes me as a little off.
Yeah, MC says he got it for free. Like, MC, I'm so jealous of you right now, because I loved Baldur's Gate 1 and Icewind Dale. Neverwinter Nights 1 was the first ever computer game that I played, and I loved it, even though I didn't speak English at the time and I didn't know shit about what's happening.
Really?
Yes. I have no idea how I finished the game, but I did, even though I did not understand anything.
Because I was going to say, those games have great stories that more than make up for what, at least for my taste, are pretty bad gameplay.
Yeah. I don't know. Neverwinter Nights was always one of my favorite games ever, and even Neverwinter Nights 2 that didn't really receive that much good comments.
It had really troubled production.
I really liked some of the characters. Like, there was this one who was a chaotic evil ranger, and he was genuinely chaotic evil. So, like, you could not change him. You could not make him, I don't know, do good things. Like, no, he was fucking evil.
Like Durance from Pillars of Eternity.
Basically, yeah.
Have you played Pillars of Eternity?
Not fully, but I played through most of it. I think I got it for free on Epic's Game Store at some point.
Yeah, I actually liked having the resident, priest be, the most evil person in the party, and the way that affects the dynamic in a world defined entirely by its interactions with gods.
I mean, so far in my lifetime, I knew only 2 priests. One was a very funny man from Venezuela, that I loved, going to the sermon for, and the other one was a pedophile. So yeah.
Okay. No, most of the clergy I know are lovely people, but I mean, in an RPG, typically the cleric is either the very good or the very lawful person, serving as a moral center for the team at large. But the one in Pillars of Eternity is this horrible, grudge-obsessed, racist, and sexist.
Nice.
And he keeps trying to convince the rest of the party that they're wrong for either thinking differently or being different. And there's not really much you can do to change that. You can find out later on, if you do a certain quest properly, that his own goddess is just disgusted with him.
Alright.
MC says, Larian does early access so they can get fan feedback, then get the game to completion. They always released a remastered version. Larian Studio cares about their games. Alright. To tell the full story, I made a substantial donation to Divinity Original Sin 2 and have their games for free for the next 10 years. Wow.
Oh, that's very nice, MC. I had...
That and I pushed Seville into the game.
I think I have Divinity 1, and I've played it for a while and I enjoyed it, but I never finished it. I never played Divinity 2.
I've heard Divinity 2 improves on the one problem that caused me to drop the first one almost immediately, so I am interested to check it out.
What was the problem?
Oh god, the fucking conversation system. Okay, so for the uninitiated, or also just so you can recall, Seth, remember if you don't play with a co-op partner, you have an AI-controlled, like, companion with you at all times?
Yes.
Remember how you have to play rock, paper, scissors to complete persuasion checks? And do you remember how, if you have the AI-controlled companion, they are hard-coded to oppose you and force you into a persuasion check, which is tied, at least in part, to random chance every single time you make a decision?
Yep.
So...
MC... MC, sweetie, I know it's not Divinity 2, I'm just a very lazy piece of shit, so I didn't want to say the full name. But I got you. Yeah, continue, Brady.
So, you could, as I like to do in my story-rich RPGs, try to talk to everyone involved with a certain quest, discern what would be the best choice for you out of all the potential resolutions that you can potentially extrapolate from what you know about the situation, put everything in place to try to go for it, only to have your asshole companion force you into 4 or 5 rounds of rock, paper, scissors, which if you happen to lose, and again, there's little things you can do to modify the likelihood of winning, but not substantially, more often than not. If they happen to win a majority, they magically convince you to do usually the polar opposite of what you were wanting to, which usually means hurting the people you like, aiding people you don't, extracting more money or coercing materials out of friendly NPCs. It made role-playing a fucking chore.
Yeah. I had, like, when I was younger, I had this really bad thing with Neverwinter Nights especially, because, you know, you would have some sort of different endings, different stories, whatever. And I would be like, okay, I'm gonna play this character, then my second playthrough I'm gonna play that character, just to see the differences. Yes. The problem is, I cannot be fucking evil.
Neither can I!
Like, oh my god, it hurts me so much. Like, whenever there are 3 options, like good, neutral, and evil, that evil is so evil, I just cannot bring myself to click it. It's like, oh, I don't care about children, like, fuck your children, I'm gonna kill them. Like, no.
Well,
no.
That's really at the core of my problems with characterization in Cyberpunk. For a certain value, depending on the quest line, you are just hard-coded into being an evil character. And not like... you know, kind of like a chaotic, neutral, unscrupulous character. The way a lot of V's dialogue is written, they're outright evil.
Yeah. MC says, I insist on the naming because Divinity 2 is barely known and an amazing gem. Okay, now we're talking about genuinely Divinity 2. I've played it before they did, like, I wouldn't say a rework, but, you know, when they upgraded it, then it was pretty bad. Then I played it after they reworked it, and it was okay. It's really okay. And Bonnie went full murder hobo on everything.
And got a guardian acorn, or a nut.
Yeah, a nut. Golden nut.
Oh, Luigi got us one of the lime stars.
Why is there a lime star?
Remember, they offer access to the trial galaxies? You remember those, right?
Yeah.
The, like, harder versions of the minigame galaxies?
Yeah. Poppy, that's not your box. Be right back.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is what happens when you have a kitten about the house, folks. Did we do everything we could here? Yeah, we may be able to receive Luigi's third. MC says Luigi star, lime star, lame star. No. Those, the green stars allow us, once we gather all 3 of them, to access galaxies, which will give us lame stars. Now,
Luigi is a badass. Luigi is the most underrated character.
he is.
Yeah. He is fucking badass. Like, he's literally fighting ghosts to save his brother. And what is his brother doing? Nothing. He's just like yahooing around.
Well, no, like, Mario is only able to do half of the things he does in this game because he's literally got God on his side.
Yeah.
I'm
And
pretty
Luigi,
sure...
what? Luigi just has a mad scientist and a vacuum cleaner.
I'm pretty sure Luigi has, like, vacuumed up several gods at this point.
Also, according to game theorists, Luigi's probably the most richest video game character of all time.
Yeah, potentially. MC says Mario's fixing the princess's plumbing. Yeah, which is a trait, sure. I'm not going to read too deeply into that.
Yeah, I did.
Of course
That's
you
okay,
did.
that's why I'm here.
But the interesting thing about this series is it has so many underappreciated, undeveloped characters. You got Luigi, you got Waluigi, poor guy. Even Bowser, I think, doesn't get enough love for being a really charming character. Now let's see what our next major galaxy is. Oh, yes, I love this one, the Freeze Flame Galaxy,
Ooh.
which will, as the name implies, send us rocketing back and forth between, rather extreme environments.
I don't like ice levels, ever.
This one's actually done really well. Starting off, exclusively in the frozen half of the galaxy, the frozen peak of Baron Burr. And there's the Baron himself, he looks adorable. Bunny says, never mind, I just cut down some weeds. Gardening is a very lucrative profession in Hyrule.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Gardening and destroying other people's property. Apparently you don't get arrested for that, you get money.
Well, no, the guards are useless, clearly. You know how many times Ganon has taken over the kingdom with, like, 0 resistance?
Yeah.
Oh god, we have to catch the penguin. No.
Is this one flat? So far it's flat, yeah.
Well, it's on, like, kind of a donut-shaped planetoid, but we'll be heading to a completely flat landmass in a moment. We can spin while we're already skating to gain bursts of speed.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have to win the Yoshi Egg? Oh, okay, it's not worth destroying these boulders. Trust me, just it's not worth it. Okay, now we're heading to the central flat landmass. It's a beautiful frozen mountain. Oh god, the Yoshi is in a crane game. It's just a scam so he can get your money.
I just checked, like... Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just checked some Baldur's Gate 3 keys on, like, the key sites, and it's not cheaper anywhere. It's like €4, but for €4 I'm just gonna buy it over Steam.
Right.
Eh.
MC says this is a fun thing to discuss. Nintendo makes characters with very little characterization, where Sega tried to make stories and attitude, then followed Nintendo. Yeah, the sad thing is, like, as they were written as recently as Adventure 2, I think a lot of Sonic characters were actually quite charming.
And Bunny's having an existential crisis right now.
It's Schrodinger's Yoshi.
It's Schrodinger's Yoshi. Did you get it or not? We have to know.
We can never be sure. The Yoshi is in the box, or it's not. Right, so the frozen water here will actually damage us. That's not a good thing. But the ice flower will let us traverse the terrain anyway. Haha. I love Ice Mario so much.
Wow.
Seriously, like, look at this. He is figure skating his way across a trail of frozen platforms that he creates whole cloth. That is amazing. Maybe my favorite Mario power-up in this game next to the Boo Mushroom. Oh wait, I think I might have said earlier there isn't, like, just a straight-up normal, non-gimmicky frozen haunted galaxy in the sequel. There is, I believe. It's called Boo Moon Galaxy. It's a pun, therefore I love it. Bunny says, I fell out, but I still got it, and you'll never know unless you check photography. So, Seth, help me out. What's the Yoshi actually do in-game? Assume it acts as a mount or something. Yeah. So this area is optional, I believe. There's several different ways to ascend the summit. We'll be taking that path ultimately, but I did notice one other sling star down here. So bear with me. We'll get this, yes, and head over there. Now, these little ice sprites will damage us on contact, unless we spin in their vicinity, at which point we will dissipate the little shroud of ice that covers them all.
Test. Oh,
there we go, yeah. And after the shroud of mist is dissipated, we can just run into them to destroy them, like kick them, punt them, and wreck them for a coin. But if you knock them down into the frozen water, they will re-emerge with their shroud reactivated or reapplied. Bunny says, I'm gonna keep farming for money because, you know, I might need it.
I'm having an existential crisis here watching Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I'm like, I need it, I don't need it, I need it, I don't need it, I want it, but I don't need it. It's still $60. Can we wait for it to go on a sale?
Yes, definitely.
I want it now. Yep.
All you gotta do is program some bugs in that cause traffic and police to work terribly, and it'll be discounted real quick.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm currently playing Tokyo Mirage anyway, so probably I should not waste any more money.
Is it still holding up? Are you having an enjoyable time throughout? The grind isn't getting to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty enjoyable, but if you're not used to JRPGs, it can get old quite fast.
Sure. Oh god, Mario.
This game is really made for the fans of the genre.
And fans of J-pop.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Which, I mean, I am,
idols.
so...
I'm a bigger fan of J-rock, but it's really, it's catchy.
I love, like, all of the garishness associated with the genre, like how ridiculously over-the-top and lavish it is. That's right up my alley, aesthetically speaking. Oop.
Basically, all of those J-pop singers kind of look like, you know, magic girls.
In Tokyo Mirage, you mean?
Yep.
Of course.
They all have like fancy feathers, big dresses, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna punish you in the name of the moon. No, wait, that's Sailor Moon. But,
Are Sailor Moon programs still being produced? Because I know there was like a million different shows. Really?
Oh yeah, there is this Sailor Moon Crystal or something like that, and they actually recently announced a new season.
Huh. So it has to be, what, one of the longest running anime franchises in, like, Japan?
Well, it didn't run for like 15, 20 years, but then they kind of started again.
Revived it.
Yeah, but I think One Piece is one of the longest running ones. If
Yes,
it's not the longest running one.
And Bunny is switching back to Sunshine.
Bunny.
We tried.
Dovakin.
Oh, yeah.
The lyrics. No.
I would be open to singing the Skyrim theme on one of Seth's streams.
Oh, that's amazing. I love Skyrim theme. And I love the Dragonborn comes.
Yes.
Our hero claims the warrior's heart.
I have a particular fondness.
Dragonborn comes.
I have a particular fondness for the Age of Aggression.
Yeah.
The Imperial version of the war song. So, Baron Burr's very simple. Just wait for him to to slam down, thereby dissipating, or rather putting himself in range. Spin near him to dissipate the Frost Shroud, just like you would one of the smaller sprites, and then spin into him once again. Just repeat 3 times, this is effortless. That was a boss. Bunny says, you will never convert me, Sunshine is my home. That's fair.
Oh.
We did our best. And yes, MC, I will probably try my hand at that song during one of Seth's streams, because, as you guys can tell, I've reached a point where it's all I can do to speak very, very roughly coherently during my own streams.
And apparently, whenever Brady sings, I beat a boss. So,
Yes, no, that's true.
That's our secret weapon.
What was it, Bakamitai, got you past the second time? Was it Byakko?
Oh my god. Yes! Yes! Exactly! And I was like, I don't know if I can do it, like, I really need you to sing. You sung, and I was just like, and I beat it without the problem, and you were still singing, and I was just waiting for you to finish.
It's like our version of a Sentai show's main theme. Once it starts playing, you know that the protagonists are going to grab the upper hand.
Yep.
So this time we're heading to the lava-themed section of the galaxy. And we get to experiment for the first time with the Fire Flower, a mainstay power-up that only appears a couple times in Galaxy. Bunny says in 3D All-Stars, I only ever play Sunshine, so on Switch I played Sunshine for 40+ hours, not counting the countless hours I played it on Dolphin. I'll play more Link's Awakening, but Sunshine will always be my #1 and I'll always go back to it.
Oh, fair enough. Like,
yep.
all of us have our favorite game that we return to, when everything else sucks.
I don't, actually.
I return to Overwatch.
I mean, I've played
Skyrim.
The Mass Effect trilogy a fair few times. I really like the Sly Cooper games, but...
I kinda wanna play Black Mesa.
Ooh. MC says, maybe I'll join and sing along one time, just for the hell of it. Hey, sure.
Ah, nice. You're always welcome.
We can queue up, like, a Souls-like chorus.
We can do Twitch sings one time.
We really should once, as like a community participation thing.
Yeah.
Also, with our community, we would have folks performing pieces from a really wide variety of genres, and I always appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So, amazingly, Galaxy manages to do both an ice level and a lava level really well in a single stage, and normally I'm not fond of either.
You know what, Bunny? Just for you, I'm gonna play Sunshine on stream. Not soon, but one day I will play Sunshine.
Yeah, no, you still have to finish it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, get ready for Blue Coin Hell. So for some reason there's these puffy little sea urchin creatures that serve as, I want to say, the principal enemies in this side of the galaxy. And, well, as they are bristling with very blunt-looking spikes, there's very little we can do to them. Directly, at any rate. There's a way to get rid of them. Bunny says it's probably due in part to my borderline obsession with Sunshine. The Shine Get sound effect is enough to make me smile even when I'm having the worst day ever and feel depressed as hell. And that'd be awesome. Love to see that. And NC says, if only it was called Sunstar, would it have more popularity?
Wow.
You're not wrong. No, I'm with MC on this one.
It's a Shine, goddammit.
Those were Shines. Here we got started, but really, the real MVPs are Moons, introduced in Odyssey.
They're called Shines, says Bunny.
Listen, this is the most inappropriate situation for a Wahoo I think I've seen in the series. Observe. Because Mario sounds just ebullient. Woohoo! as he very gently eases himself down off of the pole. One thing I do miss from Mario 64 is he no longer, like, slides down the pole like he's been working one for years. That's a real shame, Mario.
Edgy Mario would be so popular. Isn't that basically Metal Mario?
Yeah. Someone, I think it was the voice actor who goes by, like, ProZD on YouTube, recently uploaded a quick video demonstrating what he thought it would be like if Mario had Sonic's personality and branding and vice versa.
But imagine, like, there being an edgy Mario that's basically like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Well, that was kind of
to
it.
get those damn shines!
I would love that, honestly. Like, if one day Mario just has enough of this shit. So now we can use fireballs to just destroy these little urchins. And yeah, the only power that the Fire Flower gives us is true to its very first appearance back in Super Mario Bros. In place of spinning, or I believe along with a spin, we can launch a fireball, which actually does a pretty decent job of connecting with its targets. I think there's very mild homing associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, it looks like it moves in on nearby targets ever so slightly. Or sometimes. Maybe not. Bunny says, my hairs stand up straight whenever I hear someone call the shine a star. It's a problem. I get way too angry over it. Yes, and it's just become a meme in this community now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shines are a meme now.
Ipsy says, if something triggers you, I feel compelled to use it like a toy for a cat. They love when you move it around or hate you for taking their toy.
So you're basically laser pointering Bunny right now. Laser pointering? Okay, that's gonna be a term now. Laser pointering.
No, I would say probably, invoking, agitating. Provoking. Yes.
Provoking!
That's it. That's the word that this professional educator needed to rack his brain to think of. This is what happens.
I'm a teacher?
This is what happens when you just don't talk to many people for the better part of a year.
Yeah.
Extemporaneous speaking, like any other skill, requires a solid amount of fairly regular and rigorous practice. It's not usually something we worry about due to the fairly standard amount of substantial amount of interaction we typically needed to have with others in our daily lives. But since the pandemic hit,
Cannot compute.
Actually having to compute way too damn much.
Okay, so I bought like 50 euros worth of toys for Palpatine.
Right.
What does she play with? My hairbands, tape, or she took a piece of styrofoam that was in one of the packages.
Yes.
Fuck my life. I'm not gonna try anymore for you, you little monster.
Well, you see, that's
Don't
just
look
the
at me
way
like
cats
that.
work, Seth. Like, she understands she's intended to play with the toys, so of course she won't.
That is basically true, yes.
If you had bought the same exact object, but for like a common household usage, assistance in chores or something, she'd be all over it.
Oh, fuck my life.
She's actually being very considerate, like, oh, no, you didn't have to go out of your way for me. I'll just content myself with these packing peanuts. Let's see. Bunny says this is why the Shines chained their identity in Bowser's Fury. They were like, we look too much like stars, fine, I'll commit furry, and then Cat Shines were born. I still don't understand Cat Shines, or the ridiculous, like, cat theming of Mario 3D World. Honestly, I don't get it. But I do appreciate that we're going to be getting Kaiju Mario at some point. Cat-Ju Mario.
Kaiju, okay.
No, like
Got
one
it.
of the, a large, mythical creature commonly seen in, like, Japanese tokusatsu films. You know, like the big monsters, like, Gojira, like,
Yeah.
Baron, like Jet Jaguar, or King Ghidorah. Like, the giant monsters from Japanese action movies, kaiju.
Yeah, gotcha.
I have a personal fondness for kaiju, actually.
I love Godzilla.
Everybody does. And Godzilla loves you too. If the 80s and 90s taught us anything.
Well, Godzilla loves my meat, so
No,
Godzilla can fuck right off.
was a friend to, like, humanity, a friend to the children, especially. Depending on the depiction. Alright, that should lower the portcullis and allow us to access the star, finally. And extend a bridge, thank you God.
Bunny says, we got Sunshine reference, so I'm happy. If Sunshine 2 ever gets revealed to be a thing, don't tell me. I'll figure it out on my own. Just brace yourselves if I haven't freaked out yet. Considering Pokemon Snap became Pokemon Snap 2 is getting released, I wouldn't put it past Nintendo that at some point we are gonna get Sunshine 2.
I hope we
Or
get
something similar.
I hope we get an Odyssey sequel or a game that similarly embraces aesthetic, like absurdity or novelty. Like, keep giving us new settings for Mario games, guys. Keep going beyond the standard Ice World, Fire World, Force World, Desert World shit that Nintendo was so fond of for the last couple console generations.
I really would not mind of getting Mario games similar to Mario vs. Rabbids without the rabbits, though.
Yeah, like a Mario XCOM.
Basically, yeah.
Or Mario in XCOM.
Ooh.
But no, I'm quite optimistic about Nintendo's internal development and their ability to innovate not in mechanics but also in setting and world now. Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey won me back entirely.
I kinda wanna play also Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, because I've heard so many good things about it.
I need to get my copy of the first game back from a friend and finish up the mission mode, by which I mean actually play through the mission mode. I could do that as like a chill stream at some point.
Oh yeah.
I could do like, I don't know, a Q&A stream or something like that.
MC says, Mario Sunshine 2, but with stars and less water. They're called shines!
100 times better already. MC also says cats will play with what they want. I just have a piece of cork on a string, and that's enough to play with my cat. Yeah, no, cats love anything that is, like, fairly small and prone to sudden movement. Oh, we've got the Cosmic Comet in orbit, meaning it's time for, I believe, an ice skating race against Cosmic Mario. These races are actually very good.
They're called
So, interestingly enough, this actually takes place on either a totally unique series of platforms like Landmass, or an area from the third mission, which we haven't played yet. Oh, get ready for, yep, ice skating hell.
Shut up! Oh. Actually, it's like Celestial Mario.
Cosmic Mario, that's right.
Cosmic Mario, okay.
It's also implied in Galaxy 2 that this is either Princess Rosalina or born of the same energies that give her her powers. In which case, Rosalina can hoof it.
Star Mario. You mean Shine Mario.
Void Mario. Bunny says, but Shadow Mario looks just like him? Actually, no. he has a completely featureless face and a continuous body texture reminiscent of a field of stars, like backlit by a dark blue sky. Whereas Shadow Mario has this kind of reflective, almost, well, it's meant to resemble water, but it ends up looking somewhat metallic-looking texture, and has defined facial features and glowing eyes. Alright, on to star number 3. The proper star number 3. Shadow Mario, Cosmic Mario, Void Mario, Blue Mario is never all that challenging, but he will show up a couple more times. Now, we've been to the frozen half of the galaxy, we've been to the flaming half of the galaxy. We need to see what happens when they collide.
Bunny says you can't say this isn't a reference in some shape or form. Even so, too similar not to be a reference. Let me have my sunshine dreams. Knowing Nintendo, I don't think there is a single game that didn't have a reference to some other game. They really like referencing their other games in whatever they make.
They really like referencing Mario Brothers 3. My god. But you'll notice the starting little frozen world has apparently suffered a sudden outbreak of lava, or had several small suns crash into it. This is never explained, but it's a very interesting world state change, and turns the starting planet from a place to get your bearings with the skating mechanic to a nice little introductory obstacle course. MC says basically they have assets and we'll use them. They have assets and they also have nostalgia. Very potent, both of them. And we'll use them, like, extremely liberally. So this area is going to be slowly filled with, I believe, freezing water, and then it will deplete after a certain period of time. So we've just got to move with the tide so as not to get caught in the freezing cold water and take damage. This galaxy doesn't have that many planets, as most of its land masses are pretty significant. Bunny says, I have an internal and external anxiety attack anytime I see a Sunshine reference anywhere. Well, remember, a great deal of things in Sunshine were also references to earlier Mario titles. Just interpreted for the GameCube. Specifically, a ton of Mario 64 references and interpolations, because that game was, prior to Sunshine, the only major, like, exploration-focused Mario game. Now, if we turn this crank, we should be able to proceed onward to, I believe, this world's, volcanic half. Is that true? Yes, it is. And we're going to need to grab the fire flower from this little enclosure to run back to the frozen half of the planet and light a couple braziers near the area we landed in. So, let's go ahead and set about freeing it. Bunny says, Sunshine was supposed to be a direct sequel to 64, so that makes sense. That's correct. Super Mario 128. Which I just love as a working title. The tide slowly rises and falls here as well, but it's not a... yeah, it's not a huge deal. So, Seth, what do you think of the stages you've seen so far that aren't familiar to you?
Kinda makes me wanna start playing it again.
I know, like, even when the settings aren't, like these, necessarily totally original, they just look, like, really well made from a mechanical perspective, right?
They're cute!
They are! They are. And, like,
They're
Gusty Garden is so
cute.
good. So good. Ah! Mario, no. No.
Mario, no, not in the corazon.
Keep that ass out of the lava, Mario.
Yeah, that too, Mario.
Preserve thine cheeks.
Butt cheeks, in case it wasn't clear.
Get them laminated.
Like Jennifer Lopez. If she can, you can too.
Oh, no, hers were insured.
Thought Seth was gonna say makes me wanna barf, which I would have responded to with mood, because haha, nausea is really fun. I am, I actually have been raised on the seaside, so my dad and I used to go sailing quite often, so I'm kind of, like, my stomach is trained against nausea.
Yeah, and I've not
I
been...
still can't read it in buses.
I've not been, on open water all that often, but I've never had a problem with it. I adore the ocean, and I love water. Says someone who really needs to drink more of it than he does.
I mean, I'm drinking like... Oh, I'm one bottle of wine in, so I think I have enough liquid in me.
Oh yeah, of course.
I should drink more water, though.
That's good for your heart.
Oh, yeah.
The wine, I mean.
And I had a really good workout today, so I can't say that I'm not taking care of my body. What I do after taking care of my body is nobody's goddamn business.
That's right. Bunny says nausea's really fun, and you guys are lucky. Yeah, I suppose so. And I wish Galaxy didn't make me motion sick. So do I. But Galaxy 2 has less of this, to be fair. And MC says impeachment. Oh, I wish. Well, we're getting there.
One day. TM.
Now we can actually use Ice Mario to skate across the lava, and we kind of have to, because otherwise he will burn them buns.
This Mario's on fire!
There we go. You've kind of got to skate across these last two lengths of lava-coated panels in one go. There we go! That's what I'm talking about, Mario.
Clap them cheeks. I don't know why I said that, I'm sorry.
Super Mario twerking.
Oh my god.
Well, there was that Mario DDR game.
Let me repeat myself. Why?
Because Mario just needs to cut loose sometime, I guess?
Guess he needs to relax at some point. I mean, all of these chasing of princesses and eating mushrooms, I mean...
Let's not forget how dexterously he worked the pole in Mario 64. Maybe he's just a little out of practice. Oh, there was a secret shine star celestial object we missed.
Said shine, you cannot take it back anymore.
No, yes, I'm sorry, Star. I'm sorry I called you something much worse. Oh, right, there's
Angry
a secondary
bunny
path we can take
noises!
here. She says, I'm goofing off at Delfino Plaza with Yoshi right now, kind of absent-minded. And MC says, if it can be sold, it will be.
Hey. You called it a shine! Yes, you did!
The DDR game actually had Waluigi as the main villain. For, like, the first act of 4, after which he was immediately removed in favor of Wario and then Bowser, because Waluigi just never gets a break!
Nah.
Oh wait, no! He was also the main villain of Mario Party 3, right? The story mode.
Yes. Yepers. Yeah, I think it was 3.
Steph, is that a Corgi or an Eevee throwing glitter at the implied threat of my assassination in the chat?
That was a celebration, Corgi, like, whee!
I was about to say.
I am trading the bullets for confetti.
I was about... Do we need to schedule a meeting with OAHR?
No.
Okay.
Mwahaha. I can already imagine Bunny twitching like every time you say star instead of shine.
It's okay, I'm a teacher. I'm meant to agitate the youth.
Right.
It's what we do.
I just imagine Bunny like sitting in a chair and like going back and forth with the chair and being like, he didn't say shine. He didn't say shine.
Must kill him, precious.
I don't know, I imagine you're like Golem right now, and I'm really sorry for that, but... Yeah.
Hoi, hoi, hoi. So what we gotta do... There we go, is reach this Sling Star with a perfectly timed triple jump to reach the backside of the summit, which has its own power star. Notice we actually didn't ascend the entire mountain. Baron Burr was roughly halfway up. That's because the real treasure, or the secondary treasure, is over here. Notice... Oh, shit. But
Notice
Seth,
shit.
you might have noticed... Yeah, no, Cyberpunk did come out last month.
You don't say, I completely missed it. I need to check it out.
Notice that the bats in this game, the model they use, less resemble the traditional swoops and look a lot closer to keys.
Yes, they do. They actually look quite a lot like keys.
Which I adore.
Oh yeah. I hate the shit out of them, especially in Ocarina of Time in the Dongo Cavern.
Yes, the flame keys.
Yes. Flame keys can eat shit.
The frozen variants never gave me much trouble, but the fire ones always do. Especially if you're early game. Like early game when they can just whoops. Ignite your equipment. Causing
and
you...
especially if you don't have the Hyrule shield, but you still have the Deku shield.
Yes.
And it's like, well, fuck me then, I guess.
It's not like Child Link can really use the Hylian shield all that effectively either.
Yeah, he's just rolling like a bitch. Well, not
You've
really
got
like
a turtle.
Bitch, but he's just rolling. Yeah!
There we go. This should spawn us another star. Very good. This is beautiful, very slowly ascending Frost Cap Mountain like this. This is an oddly meditative experience. Very rarely do you get to climb a mountain in a game and have it be a peaceful, enjoyable time. Little King Story, Seth, the game I recommended to you, has perhaps the most agonizing mountain segment in any game I think I've ever played to date.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's a charming game, though, and well worth anybody's time and attention. There was a port released for PC, which is, by all accounts, not exactly fantastic, but certainly gets the job done. And there was a remake for the PS Vita, like, with a completely different art style and narrative, some new characters, all that, and it looks like hot garbage. Which is a shame, because Little King Story is one of my favorite games of all time, if we're talking about personal favorites. All the, like, tactical finesse of Pikmin with all the exploration and charm. Like a Stardew Valley or something.
Well, there's only one thing I can say, and that is, yikes forever!
Yikes forever, that's not fancy at all.
Fancy!
She's so obnoxious, but so lovable.
I know, she's like the most innocent person ever.
Which is a very realistic way to write a young child.
Yes!
Oh, hold on, gotta destroy that snowman real quick. Bunny says, I'm mostly just mad as a joke now, but I do jump a little bit whenever you call a shine a star, like I flinch. Gives me discomfort for sure, and as someone who's an egg for correction, it really bugs me.
Should we eliminate Brady, so no more stars instead of shines has been spoken ever again?
You know if
Just
that
saying,
happens,
like...
MC will avenge me by spamming it in chat channels all over Twitch. Like this.
Probably.
MC says, thinking back on Legacy of Kain's main antagonist, the first game planned to go beyond its scope, but then the game swapped hands to another dev, and the writer conceived a larger plot that took 3 out of 4 games to be fully presented. But it's complex because of all the antics, and yeah, starring Brady. That's right, see, I'm being starred right now. Got it, at the top of the mountain, being starred.
I think both Bunny and I cringed very much right now.
I'm sorry. This is why I don't try to be cool. I'm aware that I'm not.
You're about as cool as a teacher.
Yes, exactly. You have any idea how weird it is to be 23 and already be lame?
You're basically an old soul in a young body.
I
know
am.
quite a lot of
I
people
am.
like that.
No, but it's
And
like...
it's honestly amazing.
I've had several people come into Twitch chat who very nicely, like friendly folks, who talk about things and especially react to my comments about like games and technology and all that, like, man, okay, you need to get with the program, Grandpa. It's like, oh, new galaxy. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's the obligatory desert stage, Dusty Dune Galaxy.
But I think that why you're seen as like an older character must be because, well, not must be, but like it's probably also due to the fact that you're quite knowledgeable about a lot of things.
Oh, thank you.
Some people just, for them it's hard to believe that somebody so young can have so much knowledge. And I completely understand that because I personally have dated people in their mid-30s who have the brain of a 16-year-old. So.
Sure, yeah, I can understand that. The gimmick of this stage is using these whirlwinds to gain a little bit of elevation. We can perform a super spin jump once caught up in one of them. And MC says, starring Brady, Brady is a shining example, so lustrous. And Bunny says he's gonna start going into every Sunshine stream trying to find me, since I do watch them every day, and say star every time someone gets a shine. Say star. Oh, there's one death. That's alright. I thought we got more verticality, we got more horizontal movement in the midst of a super jump than we did. My bad. And Bunny says, I'm excited for the next flat galaxy. This is close. This isn't right on the money, but it is close. MC says, Brady, you're very verbally literate, and that makes you a rare breed. Thank you so much, man.
Brady, you can speak. Good job. Kudos to you.
I've actually felt quite insecure about my lingual dexterity over the past year, since I have gotten out of practice with speaking and thinking in articulate terms just due to the pandemic. So it means a lot to have you guys say that. It really does. That I've not exactly fallen off or become extremely either vague or simplistic in my speech. I appreciate that.
Definitely not. Like, I love when you're taking charge in the podcast because you really, like, you can talk a lot, but everything that you say makes so much sense here, and you're kind of like going from one topic into the other with ease. Like, there is no stuttering, there is no like usually I do them quite a lot. That's mostly because firstly I have to think about what I want to say, and then I need to translate it into English. Yes. But like you usually say like or something like that just at the start of a point that you want to make. And it's so amazing to edit that because the ums in like the signals in Audacity look like a very fat dick. So whenever I see a very fat dick in the line of the signals, I just know that's a Brady's so I delete that. And that's how I edit our podcast.
Well, that may be the most colorful compliment my speech has ever received. Your vocabulary is like a thick penis.
Yes. So I see it from afar and I know how to edit it.
Oh, but seriously, thank you guys so much. Love you. Love you all.
Oh.
And Bunny says the same. Yeah, quite the vocabulary like that. Oh, died again, doesn't matter. Like you use very colorful and precise wording. I try. I try my level best.
You lost me at the dick. Shh. Bunny, no. When I say dick, you need to close your ears. It's too much for your young, God damn it.
Developing mind.
Yes!
Impressionable mind, even. And he says there's a trick to it. The trick is to be silent for a second and think about what to convey, then convey it. Or in my case, just have the ability to start talking, having no idea what you're saying, and just stall for time long enough to discern, like, a clear, intelligible point amongst your own train of thought. I love me some good old-fashioned thwomp jumps. Underrated type of jump, I find.
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank God that didn't land us in the sand. Land in the sand, okay. Oh, I've been meaning to ask because it's one of very few, like, high-profile first-party games I've not played yet. Seth, have you ever played Mario Kart 8?
It was the biggest game in my previous company. Like every time after lunch, people would gather around and play Mario Kart together.
Ooh, very nice.
Mario Kart 8. It ruined a lot of friendships.
Really?
It ruined my... Oh yeah. There's so many salty people who are like not gamers at all. But if they lose in Mario Kart, oh, it was a broken controller. It was no signal. It was this person having their hand way too close to them and making them uncomfortable while they're playing. Or, yeah.
Really?
I've played it. I don't like Mario Kart racing at all. The only racing game that I've ever liked was Crash Team Racing. So.
Oh yeah. See, I've not played it, but I love the Mario Kart games growing up. Not for the racing. I'm actually not a huge fan of racing. I do enjoy what little I've played of like combat-centric racing games like Jack X Racing or Twisted Metal. But Mario Kart has such a wonderful, like, astounding variety in audio-visual design, in different racers and karts to unlock who all work differently. Oh god, we're going to need to... Hold on. No, if we... Oh, I was about to say, if we actually were able to smack the pustule on that boulder, we would have gotten a butt-ton of star bits. And MC says, Rex does the silent thing, but I never planned for it. And for our campaign, my character just ended up being a loquacious comic relief, which fits, I think.
Right, your D&D campaign, right?
Blades in the Dark, actually, the independent tabletop setting, which apparently our DM is going to resume at some point, but it's in the unspecified future. We'd gotten to a really good point where things had kind of come to a head between two different directions, like characters were wanting to pull the group in, not players, characters.
Yeah.
And it's good stuff. Let's see. Bunny says, oopsie, Bunny listed a bad word. And I don't like Mario Kart very much, but I do like the course in Double Dash that resembles Isle Delfino. Yeah, Peach Beach, which is actually, I believe, clearly set on Isle Delfino.
Oh, nice. I mean, I'm currently playing 2 D&D campaigns, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. The Saturday one is being GM'd by Potato, and we are doing Curse of Strahd, like a standard campaign.
Yes.
And on Sundays we are doing a custom-made campaign by Bad Eyesight. Both of them are being streamed by at least one person out of the group. And in that custom campaign, I'm actually playing a teenage ranger who is really talking all the time like this. And she's annoying everyone, but she really friends. Yeah, so it really hurts my voice, but I love doing it.
Yeah, I believe your character is also quite popular amongst the group, based on what I've seen in Discord. Like, you do a really good job, unsurprisingly.
The worst thing is that her name is Lolly, but I keep calling her Poppy because while we are playing, I'm shouting at my cat. So sometimes I just like start saying Poppy instead of Lolly. So I might just need to rename her at this point.
Sure, why not? Yes, and Bunny, to your point, Mario Power Tennis has Isle Delfino as the background of the cover art, and there's also a course set in Rico Harbor. Gooper Blooper makes an appearance in one of the mini-games as well. And Mario Sunshine's turned into an Easter egg hunt for me, trying to find all the references and appearances I can. There is another Mario Kart track introduced in the entry for Wii, set in Isle Delfino, the Coconut Mall, which is actually just a brilliant track. I always loved racing on that one with friends in my youth. And,
God damn it, I hate myself.
Seth, to your point, in our D&D campaign, or our tabletop campaign, I've described very loosely in passing, but MC could probably tell you more. My character is an oddly serious, like, comic relief vigilante / cultist who fights crime and corruption with the power of a fish.
By the power of fish!
Specifically, I use a gigantic fish called the Dowsing Cod as an eldritch-like power hose.
Whatever tickles your pickle, man.
The fish has killed more people than some, like, hardened criminals in the group at this point.
Nice.
And yes, no, Bunny says there's a course in Rico Harbor, time to play Mario Power Tennis. Power Tennis is really good. It's well worth your time. Regardless of whether or not it has Sunshine content.
You mean Starshine?
Yes, right. So, no, Sunstar content.
Sunstar content, right.
Positive personality with a large cultural shock.
Says MC. I'm sorry I did that voice, now it's not gonna... Yeah. I need to practice for tomorrow.
We spawned a new Thichluma, so let's go ahead and top him up. How many does he need? 800, that's nothing.
Stop, you're hurting me, says Bunny.
He is now extra thick! If I'm correct, this is one of my favorite optional galaxies or side galaxies in the game. Yep, Big Mouth Galaxy. Let's do it. It's made for me.
Don't stop me now.
Big Mouth's gold bait.
I got so angry I made a typo. It's okay, Bunny. You should see us typing down and you're Gucci.
So dig this.
You're Prada even.
This stage takes place entirely on a single planet, carved out of stone in the image of a largemouth fish, like a bass or something. And we need to swim our way through the sculpture to the depths of the waterlogged caverns within, in order to acquire a gold Koopa shell that we can use to crack open this here chest, bringing with it our star. We can use a standard Koopa shell as a bit of a speed booster while underwater. Now, these crabs can only be defeated by striking their soft backsides. The red ones are quite unremarkable, but the kind of turquoise-looking crabs will drop one-ups. MC says, I just prefer passive-aggressive characters or avoid standing out. Positive personality characters end in disasters in all my attempts. That's alright, I don't think I could play like a truly villainous or dark character, so I know there's certain types that are more comfortable for certain players. Oh!
I mean, Potato is currently playing like a passive-aggressive kind of guy, just like a silent type.
The beam of light reflecting off of our shell can dissipate booze. That's kind of nice, I think. Oh god, the Grengills are back. I hate them, I hate them.
We hates them.
I mean, Seth, these guys are disgusting.
They are.
I mean, we first met them swimming around in the toilet, so...
Yeah. I remember last summer I went to Croatia with my boyfriend at the time, and we were swimming like close to the open sea, and I told him like be careful because at this time of the year there's quite a lot of jellyfish.
Ooh.
And he was like, oh, there's nothing, I don't see anything. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's jellyfish. And he's like, oh, I just kicked a bag. And I'm like, are you sure? Just like, yeah, there was something like transparent, I just kicked it, it's fine. And he was like,
No.
there's a lot of transparent things around me right now. I was already outside of the water. I went on a cliff and I looked at him and he was in the middle of like an entire, like, I don't know how to call it, a school of
like,
jellyfish.
Yeah. I don't know the proper term, but yes, I know exactly what you mean. Oh god,
Yeah.
poor guy.
Yeah, and he was like, shit, shit, shit. Well, thankfully, if jellyfish are like transparent, usually they're harmless.
Yes.
So it was completely fine. But it was still uncomfortable. He felt like he was swimming in the middle of like, you know, like wet paper.
Oh,
bleh.
swarm of boos. We'll have to use our spotlight to dissipate. Let's see. Bunny says, I'll play power tennis, why not? Do I need to unlock the sunshine content, or does it have the course straight up? I do not remember. I think PD Piranha might also be playable in that game, could be wrong, though. Oh, and of course Captain Toad was locked inside. And
Captain Toad,
I turned the video on and saw a flat surface, you should have told me. I think we did, back in Freeze Flame, right? We said we were in, like, a series of, rather more standard planets.
I mean, you said there is gonna be a flatter planet, but you didn't say we are in the flat planet right now.
Bunny says, I wish Mario Sunshine had scary content, if I'm being honest. I'd want to be genuinely a bit spooked, and I don't mean looking at the Beta Bianco Hills pollution map. Right.
You mean like the scary piano in Mario 64?
Oh god, I love that. I was
that
trying to
thing
get...
traumatized me.
I was trying to get a star, but I fell into this treasure chest. Let me tell you, it's even smaller than it looks. Anyway, here's the star I found in there. No, really, it's yours. Thanks, Smooth Toad.
Smooth Toad, here to save the day, and the shine.
This shows you how
star.
genuinely uncreative I am. Like, everybody who's played through the Mario series for the internet usually has some kind of gag they do with Toad. Mine is just giving him a smooth, sensual tone of voice. That's it.
It just needs to play smooth jazz whenever he appears. I don't know,
No,
whatever
like,
smooth jazz sounds like.
No, like, Captain Toad makes an appearance, and instead of the charming little, Rescue Squad, music, we just get, like, a Barry White instrumental underlaying all of his appearances. To be fair, any game would be better with a Barry White soundtrack, but... Ipsy says, booyah. Love that. Bunny says, I want to be scared, damn it. I want something that unsettles me in a game I love. Horror games are cheap and stereotypical. Not all of them. We've had some genuinely good horror games come out in the past few years, right, Seth?
I hate horror games, so
really
I would not know. Yeah, I'm really easily scared.
Well, Resident Evil 7, from what very little I played of it, I played the demo, is amazing. I need to play the full thing at some point.
I gotta tell you, so, in my first company here in Munich, we had all of the VR equipment that was available at the time. And we got Resident Evil 7 VR as soon as it came out as well. And I was excited about it because I wanted to play it. So what did my boss do? He sent an email to all of the coworkers, said, Martina is going to play Resident Evil 7 and we're gonna force her to play it in VR, so everyone come and join. There was 30 people observing me while I was sweating my butt cheeks playing Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Wait, so like the entire office took a couple hours off for this?
Yep.
That's
and they
amazing.
were watching me. I was so scared. Like, no, never doing that again.
Ipsy says the next character I'm playing is a character with wisdom and intelligence who's obnoxiously respectful and a bit more egotistic. And Bunny says, I want something that seems happy but is actually horrifying when you get into it, but after a long and slow process of realizing something is wrong. Doki Doki Literature Club?
I was about to say Doki Doki Literature Club.
There's actually been a lot of games like that released of late.
Yeah,
Pony
so
Island?
If you don't like playing visual novel type of games, PewDiePie did a really good playthrough of it. I think also Jacksepticeye. So you're gonna find them on YouTube, and it's really worth checking out.
Hell, some routes of Undertale work that way.
Yeah, that as well.
You can tell that I'm like bouncing the controller on my knee by the movement of the cursor.
Yes, knees where you're bouncing it at.
Seth, I've got a pro controller. I don't know what you're insinuating.
And with that, Seth is gonna log off because it's late here and I've had way too much to drink. So, good night, guys.
All right, good night. Thank you so much for joining us. And
Bye-bye.
be sure to, if you haven't yet, follow Seth's channel. I don't have a shout-out system set up yet, but...
I'm sneakily running away.
All right, good night. That should do it. And check out our podcast right here. We release new episodes tackling serious and silly topics within gaming as both an industry and a culture every week. I do hope you will follow that on your platform of preference. We are streaming live, or we are streaming certain recordings live over on Seth's channel, but we are also hosting the podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iTunes. Pick your favorite. MC says, imagine 5 to 10 minutes of thanking the cook for preparing the meal. That's my character. Oh, right on. That sounds like fun, actually. Bunny says, Mario Sunshine-related topics for podcast when? We do accept community submissions for topics in Seth's Discord. There's a channel dedicated to them, I believe. We typically want fairly broad topics, I want to say, like general themes within gaming or gaming, or just entertainment that we could dissect with you guys. Hold on. Now here, we're trying to rescue Luigi, who has been chased up a tree and is currently frightened by mandibugs. This is probably the second easiest Luigi star to obtain, because all we have to do is fly over to the side of the kingdom we wouldn't normally need to access during this, star mission. Our dude should be over... hold on. Right here. Oh, not even a mandibug. Just a regular little insect. Look out above, Luigi. We'll have to knock him down, and then we can speak to him. This is the last of Luigi's stars, by the way. Insofar as the main game is concerned, Luigi is done. MC asks, B-Rio? Oh, yeah. B-Mario's actually pretty solid. He can stand on platforms that are too fragile to support regular Mario's full weight, and has this nice little floaty, glide. Or hover. I quite appreciate it. And Bunny says, B-Mario's adorable, I love him, and he has flood-like hover powers. Actually more versatile, too, because he gets way more horizontal movement in midair while the hover is engaged. Oh, MC says Beer-Rio. That would be great, just like drunk middle-age crisis Mario, or midlife crisis Mario. That would be amazing. He has the special ability of thinking back on high school and college and how differently everything could have gone. He alone, among Mario's forms, is able to drive expensive, ill-performing sports cars that he really can't afford. Bunny asks, will we get something like that if Sunshine 2 ever became a thing? More horizontal movement with Flood. I don't know, really. We've got 2 more stars together in Dusty Dune, which I really like. I don't think we've seen many galaxies in this game thus far that I dislike. There's a couple, but who am I kidding? They're all 3 of the trial galaxies. Everything else is pretty solid. It ranges from, you know, decent and soundly designed to astoundingly well executed. Dusty Dune, I think, is done quite well. This time we're heading to this knot-shaped planet in order to gather up some Pulstar shards, and then heading to a very interesting planet that has a single stone pathway divided between 2 opposite sides, flanked by a massive sea of quicksand. Pokeheads make their triumphant return here. I think they may have appeared earlier in a different galaxy, but this is the first time we'll be seeing them at length. Well, no, I'm sorry. I don't think that they did. A regular Poke did once, but these green Pokies did not. What is this? A red Poke. Here we go. Alright, buddy, come on, slam that head. Or are we going to have to spin into it? Yeah, we're gonna have to spin it down. There we go. What? We died on contact? Never mind. Alright, Bunny, there may be some mild nausea here, but there's not a lot of unorthodox movement in this stage, aside from that knot-shaped planet, I want to say, just FYI. That's what I'm talking about. Let them come to you. MC says if they make Sunshine 2, they'll keep a limited movement palette. Chill Games kind of ask for that. Yeah. There we go. We just can't get too close to overlap with the enemy's collision box or hitbox. There we go. Moving on. Mario seems to fly straight into the sun, and yeah, Bunny, there may or may not be some motion sickness inducing planets here. There's not going to be as many of them as in many other stages, however. Oh, Hungry Luma. Hello, how many you need? Oh, just 20. Shoot, we got you. And it transforms into, oh, a pyramid. Lovely. Let's explore inside then. I can't wait to see what awaits. Maybe another one of those 2D sections, like in the first Stars mission? There we go. Let's just destroy all these boulders for extra star bits, because why not? I need the money. Oh, wait. Okay. Believe there was a life shroom on the underside of this platform, right? Correct. And now we can travel to the optional planet and gather up our secret star. Yep, this is going to be a 2D section. Bunny says in Sunshine 2, I want Piantissimo, oh, or not, this is interesting, to become a villain since he gets the paintbrush, and in the game he reveals his true identity, whatever that may be, whether it be what's found in the model from Sunshine or something new. Well, the model from Sunshine uses the basic model and facial geometry of the Postman from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So here we're going to have to search for 5 silver stars in this cylindrical area that we're going to have to navigate several times as the sand rises and falls. I believe all the stars, or nearly all the stars, will be in boxes or crystals. Is there one on the ceiling? I would imagine so. And compared to the previous 2 3D Mario games, I will say this camera is extremely reactive, and very, very rarely the source of trouble. Which, for a platformer like this, with the gravity effects and concomitant spherical stage designs that crop up more often than not, that's a pretty impressive accomplishment. Hello? Are we just dead? No. Okay. Well, let's take it from the top. Or the midpoint, as it were. One more. Nice and easy. Oh, yikes. There it is! Gotcha. So is the star going to be drawn to the top of the platform, or the chamber then? No, all of the sand is going to drain. That's lovely. Oh! It's our 3rd green star! Meaning we can access the trial galaxies now. Yay! I love the trial galaxies so much. Bunny says, yeah, I know that. Perhaps they can make something new for Sunshine 2, though, to keep it interesting. If they were, yeah. And MC says, oh wow, I was looking at the Legacy of Kain Reddit. Ooh, and? Right, so now that we've got all the green power stars, the green launch star is active, and it will take us to a small planetoid where we can interact with the green Lumas to be transported to the trial galaxies. Ugh. Oh, these fucking suck. Sunshine is a brilliant game. Yes, it is, but I meant to say Galaxy. They're, again, interchangeable in my mind. This game is brilliant. It's my favorite of the three we've played, far and away, now that I've had the opportunity to sit down with 1, 2, 3, and play through them in sequence. This is the game's low point. It doesn't get any worse than this. I'll be quite open and honest about what awaits us on the other side. Since we're going to tackle those at the start of our next stream, the Trial Galaxies are simply more difficult versions of Loop-de-Loop Galaxy, Rolling Green Galaxy, and I think Bubble Blast Galaxy. The stages which asked us to use non-standard game mechanics to perform ray surfing, star sphere rolling like on the little mini-golf course, which is my favorite of the three, and in fact, its Trial Galaxy is difficult, but pretty good, all the same, and the little mini-game which required us to blow Mario in a sphere in certain directions with a fan attached to our cursor. Now, the ray surfing and bubble blowing, Trial Galaxies are infuriating and made me want to rip my hair out on the Wii. And given that the motion control is just a little bit worse for Switch, I don't anticipate that to be any better. The, Star Sphere stage is still going to be fun, if not a significant challenge, and luckily, there is only one star associated with each of the Trial Galaxies, so it's one and done. 3 pretty difficult stars. And Bunny, I've never denied that Sunshine's a brilliant game. I just think it's really good for when it was produced and had some really cool ideas and environments, but I do think this is a little bit better on the whole. And Mario Odyssey is much better. Odyssey is a nearly perfect game. There's little things I would tweak here and there, but my ultimate criticism, and I've held this is true across my experiences as both a Twitch streamer and now I guess like a pseudo-gaming journalist, if the largest criticism I have of a game is I wish there was more of it, that is the sign of a really great game in my eyes. MC says the remake devs are actually talking over there, engaging the community on their progress. Dude, that's awesome. Especially if it wasn't like a crowd-funded game, having the devs be that invested in engaging with their community and being transparent is a beautiful thing. So now we're going to return to the Shifting Sands Galaxy, or Dusty Dune. I think Shifting Sands might be, in Galaxy 2? We can acquire its 2nd and 3rd standard stars. Oh, that's so satisfying to do every single time. Felt like Mario's version of a takedown from Yakuza. Ooh, Mario in the Yakuza series. That's something else I would love to see. It would make for a hilarious submission, like the Michael Jackson quest line in Yakuza 0, for instance. Oh, no worries, Bunny, not at all. This time we won't be feeding the hungry Luma, and we'll continue on as normal. Oh, and just like in Mario 64, if you get thrown into or curb stomp a sand-covered surface, you will temporarily sink into it. It's a nice little touch, I think. Now look at that large tower over there. That may be where we acquired our first star, or it may be a place we're heading to a bit later on. I forget. The Galaxy duology typically handles its desert stages pretty darn well, and this is no exception. I mean, yes, is it generic by the standards of Mario biomes? Unfortunately so. We have to wait until Odyssey to see a Mario game try to do something different in a sandy or desert-themed environment. But for just working with Mario's standard stuff... Oh, hello, hidden cocaine star. You would have been nice to have earlier. Now we need to... Oh, use this to destroy the dry bones. That'd be nice. And grab all of the pull star chips. Bunny says, my parents have no clue what Twitch even is, which surprises me since I often talk to them about the Suntime streams I watch on here. They don't get the appeal of gaming streams. My family does get it, if only because I come from an entertainment industry family. But my father thought for the longest time he did not understand the difference between this and a podcast. Once I explained it as, no, Dad, it's like a more conventional broadcast with video and audio. He got it instantly, but... Let's see. One of these chips is going to be inside the chest, which I assume we need the Koopa Shell for, and that would be number 4. Right. This is a nice and easy little circuit. I don't know if you can fall into and be subsumed by the quicksand by, yeah, Bunny, this planet and the next may not be best for you. After this will be a Bowser Galaxy, though, and that one might not... Well, no, it might induce motion sickness as well, actually, because Bowser's stages in this game, quite fittingly, have, gravity-based gimmicks. Okay. We're going to have to platform along these, little, stone columns as they raise out of the sand. There's lots of little question mark blocks we could hit here. I'm not going to go for all of them because our launch star is right over here. And here we go. Oh yeah, Bunny, sketching out ideas for fan works, which could be translated into, say, fan fiction or a world bible or something like that, would be... a fun pastime, I've no doubt. So there's sentient twisters here that are going to try to chase us down sometimes. Generally want to stay away from them, I think. And instead we just kind of want to run the gauntlet here. Is there anything atop the womp, or thwomp? These are thwomps, the ones with limbs are womps. Gotta remember that. It does become important at some point in this franchise, trust me. I believe it was in Mario Party 4 that several of the optional side activities or optional multiplayer modes were actually co-hosted by a Womp and a Thwomp, the only time in the series, I believe, that those characters have been given so much significance. Bunny says I'm a writer, so fanfiction seems likely. Yeah, go for it! I'm certain the community would love to read it. So there's our star, but, well, none of our standard moves will enable us to reach it. It's a bit high up, so we're going to have to do a little bit more work on the reverse side of the planet. I actually love this, traveling along what is essentially a fairly linear obstacle course, but along along a path which takes you several times to opposite sides of a planet that is largely inaccessible. Now, these suckers have kind of debris mines orbiting them, so we want to be careful of those. Entering the twisters themselves, I don't believe would be damaging or dangerous, but they do throw you up in the air and have a tendency to maybe kind of arc you towards the quicksand. You can still control Mario, I believe, so it's not too difficult to deal with. The mines, on the other hand, are somewhat nasty. Now, by slamming that down, we raise the platforms on the opposite side of the planet. Yikes. Yikes, are we gonna make it in time? Shit. Okay. Stay chill. Stay chill. Be cool. You got this. Just use those long jumps. Exploit the hell out of the long jumps. And the backflip jumps. The whole repertoire. There we go. Bunny says, I think the first thing I'm going to do is design a flood that can move on its own. An autopilot, or automated flood, if you will. Ambulatory flood, I think, would be the proper descriptor. Another playable character who would have his own individualized part of the story to follow. Sure. Sounds good to me. So, MC, how involved do the devs seem to be over on the Reddit? Are they, like, just making sporadic posts, or are there folks engaging with fans, like, very frequently over even, like, minor matters? One more star in Dusty Dune, and then it's on to Bowser's next galaxy, and we'll be able to... Oh, shoot. Because I don't want to tuck into the engine room, which is the 5th and final mandatory dome, yet. We may do, or try to do, at least one of the trial galaxies and get them out of the way. The Sun-Baked Sand Castle. Okay, so this will send us to the top of... Yes, the little tower encased in glass. Awesome. So we're going to be playing with the mechanic of sinking structures on one side of a planet to raise them on the opposite once more. Makes sense. Speaking of... Time to raise this entire planet. Up through this little, not exactly an obstacle course, but this series of platforms and goodies, most of which we don't need, but that's a life shroom. Gimme. We don't often need the life shrooms, but I just feel better having them, you know, like insurance. Bunny ass, sun-baked, sunshine-baked? No, afraid not. This is just your standard desert. We get a really cool desert in Odyssey, though, one based quite heavily on certain forms of Mexican art and architecture. One of the things I love about Odyssey is that all of its environments, at least in their architecture, are inspired quite heavily by real-world cultures. Absolutely lovely to see. Okay, so we need to explore this area, or this tower, for 5 star chips. Sounds easy enough. Oh, we would need the Koopa Shell to crack open that chest, damn it. Well, we can get a couple of them at least. We'll probably have to wall jump to reach that one, but I'm waiting for that chest. Oh, I got you. I got you, Bunny. That's fair. But no, this is quite standard as deserts go. If quite attractive in its visual execution. Well, we needed the live stream that time, damn it. Oh, wait. Sorry, we have to perform a curb stomp on the switch to lower the platform. Silly me. Or to lower the tower. Well, let's head to the very top. Ah, there's one right over here, and then one in the chest. Okay, we can manage that. Look. And that's 5. Now, yep, our launch star spawns at the apex of the tower. So all we need to do is wall jump our way right back up, and we'll be good to go. Yikes. Now where should this take us? Straight to the planet that's going to have the start? No, a very small spherical planet here. And I assume we will be Required to, yep, smash the thorn bush to reveal our launch star. But there's also a good bit of stuff here to explore. Do we get anything by striking these? No. These little electrodes? It doesn't seem to be. Oh! The world is slowly enveloping in sand, and the electrodes are only really serve as a barometer of its growth. I see, I see. Well, with that, we can blast off to a world covered in quicksand and a sister planet, or another satellite, covered in water, a little oasis. Well, let's see what's up over here. Oh, that's right, I remember this. We need to spin one of these coconuts, or one of these melons, from this planet to the next using their gravity wells. Where's my coconut? Coconut. Easy. Now we just spin it into the pokey, and... nice! Now, we need to find a way to penetrate this glass tower in order to collect our star. Yikes. We have to do so while the camera is upside down. Okay, well, we can manage. It just seems to be a pretty standard course, but oh, I bet the sucker's gonna slowly fill with sand, isn't it? Bunny says, a cool concept for a sunshine-themed desert would be like one of the shine sprites is overheated and dried up an area of land, and you have to cool it down by means other than flood, as flood is not powerful enough in order to restore hydration to the area. And of course collect the shine, or just have shines be present in parts of the world they're not indigenous to, and causing various problems there. It seems like they're a very particular part of Isle Delfino's ecosystem, right? Yep, and we're going to be flooded, and MC says flooding the chat with sunshine, I see. Good one, good one. So this is going to be technically a chase, but a fairly leisurely one. All we have to do is make sure that the sand doesn't compress us against the wall or the ceiling of the tower, and we will be good to go. Really, it's rising at a pretty forgiving rate, so we should be able to manage this with minimal difficulty. Yep, and we're home free. And the star is ours, nice. Yeah, well, that was pretty short and sweet. Not a bad mission, though. I quite like the set piece of rising through a slowly flooding tower with the camera inverted. It might not be the most challenging thing in the world, but it does look quite cool. So there's always that to consider. Alright, MC, good night, man. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you get some rest, and have a very productive day tomorrow. We, on this end, are ready to take on... We missed another secret star in Dusty Dune? Oh, right, it's one of a handful that actually has 6. Okay, we'll head back in, no problem. And then we'll head off to Bowser's Galaxy. Bowser's Dark Matter Reactor. Yep, there's a secret star in the Sunbaked Sandcastle stage. I'm not surprised. Okay, let old Brady see if he can remember what it actually is. May have something to do with one of the smaller planets. In fact, I'm quite certain it does. Maybe we need to follow the trail of star bits? No? Okay. Hold on now. Let me think. Yep, that's the planet we need to get to somehow. Notice that large, like, turret over there that we have not seen beforehand. Just need to riddle out a way over there, then. Bunny says that could be interesting. Maybe Shines only work correctly on Delfino, and the plot is Piantissimos wreak so much havoc that the Shines fled further onto different islands and malfunctioned so badly that everything goes wrong. By the time Mario arrives, things have been cleaned up on Delfino, but the damage is worse on different islands, like the Crab and Turtle Island seen in the Sunshine intro. Yeah, exactly. Visiting different islands and exploring, restoring everything, and making things right again in different varied locations. Yes, yes, because I think the resort angle may have been a bit played out at the conclusion of Sunshine. Not saying other games can't incorporate that, but having it be the sole setting of a game might be a little redundant feeling for a lot of players. But exploring with different themes based around, like, maritime cultures could be quite interesting. Or just an Odyssey-style, totally different location and culture for every island, not necessarily needing to be explained. Okay. Let's go get our paws on that last starship. We'll find our way to that optional star in a moment, believe you me. There's no Hungry Luma, I'm fairly certain of that. Now what happens if we do sink the sandcastle again? Well, there's all these question mark blocks, but I don't think they're super important. And does this send us to the same place regardless of height? Afraid so. Okay. We got that. Hold on. Maybe if we defeat all of the wildlife here? Or something? Nope. Man. Ah, well, there's a coin we missed. Okay, the sand recedes here, too. Ah, so maybe if we slam into this... There it is! This is how we'll get our secondary launch star. Now we're talking, kids. Alright. This will get us to, this planet with the turret dominating its landmass. So what we're gonna want to do is raise this, and I'm certain it will present more challenges to us as we go, yeah? All while the bullet bills are still firing away? Oh no, we're going to have to kite one of the bullet bills, I see. Several of them, actually. So we're going to have to sink the structure, then raise it again. Getting the cocaine star in order to demolish all of the dry bones actually sounds lovely. Nice and easy, just keep kiting this one around. crash into each other. Please, please, please. Well, they destroyed the least significant cage of the three. Thanks, guys. Anything? Anything at all. Yep, okay, we can actually kite them by using, a really specifically timed, backflip jump. Now, we did spawn the star, which is great, we freed the star, but let's get the cocaine star in order to have a bit more fun with these dry bones and spawn us some star bits. Alright, wahoo! That's what I'm talking about. I absolutely love the star bits or their design, because they actually do look like some kind of celestial candy. I would eat them. Big Lumas or thick Lumas aren't totally out of their minds. I think Dusty Dune might have the most stars in the game out of, like, all of the several dozen galaxies we have to deal with. Oh, great, and now there's a speedy comet. Alright, alright. 6 stars from one galaxy. That is quite a lot. Actually, sorry, we need to cut it there. I'm so sorry, it's quite sudden, I know. But, I just received a notice I have an email to shoot back tonight and a project to work on that apparently needs to be done quite quickly. So I'll get right to that. Please join us tomorrow, or probably the next day, for the continuation of Mario Galaxy. We're over halfway done, folks. Gonna be taking on those tricky trial galaxies and the last of the game's mandatory content before we move on to some really cool optional stuff. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining me. It's been a wonderful evening. I hope you've enjoyed spending your time here. Please feel free to join us in our Discord in order to keep up to date on streaming schedules and engage with a like-minded community of video game enthusiasts, and check out the podcast I participate in along with Seth the Overwitch and Comrade Potato. Also, big shout out to Seth for joining me on voice commentary tonight. It's been such a pleasure. I hope you will check out our program. It's something we're all very, very proud of. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye-bye!